Hello, hello. Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. How is everyone doing so far today? All right, sound check real quick. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, everything seems to be good there. Let's see, how are we looking on the cam? Good enough. All right, all right. Yeah, how's everybody doing today? Anybody have any good Friday plans? Uh, Hopefully today I'll actually get to stream as long as I wanted to the last couple days. Yesterday I cut it short. Not many people were hanging out, and I was only really talking about Ukraine. I was kind of tired of talking about Ukraine. Everybody's talking about it. Stick to some different topics there. I know 1A went live, and he didn't want to talk about it either anymore when he went live, and so I hopped on there a bit. Hopefully today, I wouldn't mind getting into it a little bit, but I don't want it to be the main focus of this stream. I definitely appreciate some fresh topics. This is an open panel, open topic. We can talk about whatever you want. If you want to hang out in the chat and post suggestions, if you want to come up on the panel, feel free to. The link to hop on here should be pinned in the comments, or the live chat, I mean. Anybody is welcome up, and you should be able to feel free to talk about whatever you want. Seems like a fairly regular thing for me to talk about what the weather's doing at the start of these streams, so might as well get that out of the way real quick. It's been mentioning that it's been going back and forth, and yesterday night was definitely proof of that. Like I was saying, we went from 50 degrees and a lot of rain and downpour, and now last night we got snow, and this morning there's still snow on the ground. The roads are all iced over, and probably by Monday it'll all be gone again. Don't like this kind of weather. I really wish that it would just make up its mind and go one way or the other. It's the in-between phase, as I like to call it. I'm not a fan. Hey, good morning, man. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping in. How's your morning been so far? Personally, I think my morning's gone pretty well. It's been slow. I already had a couple cups of coffee. Might need another one though. Just got home from work a little bit ago. Just winding down now. Oh, do you work third shift? I've got a couple people that are in my life that work third shift. It's not easy, man. So if that's what you do, keep keep yourself healthy, man. Make sure that it's not at the expense of your health. Make sure you're getting the right amount of sleep. I know it can be difficult. If you don't mind me asking, what do you do for work? I'm a night owl, always have been. Yeah, I feel that. I feel that. I'm more comfortable in the night as well. I like staying up. My biggest thing, well, not my biggest thing, but I don't really like waking up super early in the morning, which is usually why I stay up at late at night because I like waking up a little later. Because I don't feel like I can start my day real early in the morning anyway, so I might as well wake up when I can actually start my day. You know, a lot of people don't understand that, but I'm a CNA. I work long-term care. Okay, yeah, that's my I mean, it's not the same thing, but my mother does similar work. She takes care of people. She works in a facility. So I'm gonna go get another cup of coffee. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Let's see here. Yeah, man. Do you work in? If you don't mind, you don't have to get into it if you don't want to. But what kind of long term care do you work? Like what kind of people do you work with? Cheers. I just brushed my teeth too. I can't believe I'm gonna drink coffee right after I brush my teeth. I work in nursing home facilities. Okay, man. Yeah, my mother, she works with people with usually mental disabilities, people that can't take care of themselves. Cheers. But no, she's not actually a CNA. Where she works, you're not required to have the training like that. She has gotten training, but she didn't get to finish. She didn't actually get her certificate, if that makes sense. But she's gotten obviously training through her job to take care of the people and everything. But I think she has worked in nursing homes before, but at the moment she's dealing with more handicapped people. I don't know. She's not allowed to talk about too much of it, so I don't know everything. You like the mug there? I'm not sure. Oh no, it's gonna be reversed. Well, no, it's not. All right. Hunter's excuse mug. Should be on this side. That way people can see it when you're holding it. But turn that off for now. If somebody hops up here, I'll turn it back on. I can actually talk to somebody face to face, kind of. Yeah, hopefully some people are gonna hop in here soon. I know Christina is supposed to be hopping up in here. Also, hard work but self-rewarding. Right, right. Yeah, it's definitely hard work. I don't know. I really don't know how she does it. She working nights like she does, and then she's got to take care of all those people. And some of them, I like the coffee mug. Yeah, it's pretty good. There's a couple of funny things on there. Yeah, but I don't know, man. I almost wish she would go to more of a nursing home setting because I feel like it's stressing her out more than she wants to admit. She's been working there for quite a few years now, though. So I would think if it was really too much for her, she would have quit by now. I know I couldn't do it, being up all night and dealing with the people like that. Some of them have night terrors and scream in the middle of the night, or they'll walk around, or sometimes they have more violent moments. I really couldn't do it, but that just gives me more respect for the people that can. It's a job that needs to be done, so I'm glad that there's somebody out there who can do it. It's also good when you get somebody in that situation that actually likes what they're doing. Like you said, self-rewarding. The people who actually want to help the people in the facilities and make sure that they get taken care of properly. You get a lot of people who work in those places and they don't even care. They just pretty much show up and go home kind of thing. They don't really take pride in what they do. They don't really help out the people. Yeah, my uncle got into a car accident before I was even born, but permanently has brain damage from it, and he has to be in a facility. And because they're family, my mom can't work in the same facility he's at, so she can't have anything to do with his care. But she, we have tons of problems over there with people not getting, not taking care of him like they should. Nursing homes are much easier stuff to deal with patients that have dementia, PTSD, etc. But you get the few very sweet patients that make it all worth it. Right? Yeah, yeah. That's yeah. That definitely sounds easier than what she deals with every day. I yeah. I could probably handle being in a nursing home for the most part, but I definitely couldn't do her job. And you say you deal with people with like PTSD and all that, but how far do they have to go before, like, say they wouldn't be um, somebody in a nursing home, but they would be somebody in a special care facility? Because I thought, well, maybe mild PTSD, I guess, but I thought if you had severe PTSD and couldn't take care of yourself, that would be more of a special needs case. But obviously, I don't personally work in the field. I don't know too much, but that all depends on the doctor and family. Okay. So they have the family and the doctor can choose or recommend what facility they think is best. That makes sense, I guess. Yeah. Now, can the nursing homes be? Well, I know it all depends, but where you work, are there males and females, or is it just one gender? Uh, I know where my mom works, they only take care of the female side of things. They well, until recently they did. Now they have one male, but he's ended up causing a lot of issues for them because of that. I would imagine being a nursing home that it's both genders, but I don't know how that works. I know it's got to be for the most part a completely different world than what I'm used to. male and female. Okay, is it? I have to ask: is it true that if they want to have relations, that you have to help them, or is that just like a funny thing people say? I've heard it been said by multiple people, and I've heard people say it's true and false. So, but I have to ask, man. No, it's not true. Okay. I'm glad to hear that's not true. That would have to be pretty disturbing. Like, come on, Mrs. Jenkins, we gotta get you to the room you want to be in, and then the next morning, somebody's gotta serve them breakfast, or maybe you. I don't know how. I don't know if you're on the shift that serves breakfast or not. Either way, be very disturbing. Just a reminder to anyone else that's lurking around. This is open panel, open topic. Oh, speaking of that, it's Rescue, everyone.
What's up, buddy?
Hey, man, what's going on?
You doing all right today?
I'm doing pretty good myself here.
I figured I'd come up and say hi. I was kind of been proud of you the past few days. Been seeing you go on. Usually, I do my little sandlot thing. So, but every
Yeah,
time I see you go on, I'd be going, "Hey, Midwest is up. If anybody wanting to go check him out." So,
I appreciate that, man. I've been trying to kind of plug you as well. I've been mentioning you, and then the one day I actually got somebody to post your link, and as soon as your link got posted, you ended your stream.
oh hell, yeah, I didn't even do one last night. I don't know, just been stressing. So,
Hey,
needed a break.
Huckleberry.
Oh, Huckleberry and Moonchild. Oh yeah, it's been so pretty crazy. I don't know. My own real life stress. Plus, I've been watching the map over there and seeing what's going on.
Right.
It's a house cleaning over there. I mean, most people just don't. You got to look at the history of Ukraine. That whole government, like we know, ours is corrupt. That one has been established that way. I
Right.
personally think that's been a few governments' little laundering place.
Well, aren't I correct in saying that they were voted one of the most corrupt governments in the world?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now,
I think that's why Putin, man. I mean, just because I'm so disgusted with what I see our administration doing. I mean, just so off the wall shit. So you can only imagine. It's kind of like, I've been wondering about over there, and you're looking pretty weak right now. I think I'm just going to go ahead and go over there and see what's up.
right.
And who knows, he might actually be on the verge of trying to get a hold of something. We won't know until it happens, if we
Right.
even know then.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know uh, what our president is trying to accomplish with some of the things he's doing right now. Like all these sanctions that are supposedly going to help anything. They're not going to do anything.
Shit, no, he opened up Nordstrom. I mean, it's like, so what do you sanction them from? It's just all political bullshit.
Right.
I I don't know. I
And
try
then
not to think
then
too
he
hard.
comes on and he says that our troops are not going to get involved, but at the same time, you see that every single base is starting to ramp up training and they're getting ready to go in.
Well, see, if we go to go to war takes the Congress. The Congress
Right.
has to vote. But here's the good old but that always comes in. If the UN gets involved, or NATO, or like a Turkey that who we're allies with in NATO, well, then we're obligated to now participate.
Right.
So now it becomes off of it's not a Congress vote. Now it becomes, and it's shit. I think he's trying to collapse our economy. That's just my dark side.
Well, that's the thing that scares me the most right now is looking at what, well, not just our economy, but everyone's economy is tanking right now. You look at, I mean, obviously Russia's is going down far worse. They're down over 40%, but the European stock market opened, it was either yesterday or 2 days ago, it opened at like minus 10% or something. And then ours was also down 10% at some point. I haven't checked on them today. I don't know what they're doing, but everybody's is going down.
Shifting the push to shift over to the China economy, and
Yeah.
he who runs the economy is the dominant power. So that's not good.
No.
And that's probably. Do you hear my coffee pot gurgling? By the way.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I could hear that, and I'm going, damn, I hear that. I wonder if that goes through my mic. It's like, oh, it's almost finished. That pot of coffee. I'm jonesing.
I'm about ready to make another cup myself, and then I'll be done with my pot.
Oh, this is the second one of the day. I drink that all day long. Hell, I drink it before I go to bed.
Yeah, I can usually handle it, but I'm doing a different brew than I normally do, and it's a lot stronger. So after this next cup, I'm gonna have to be done. I'm starting to shake a little bit. That's not good.
No, we don't need you bouncing around up there going, I don't know. I got to. We have a hell of a live stream.
I kind of got to do that anyway. If when my camera's off, I'm up doing stuff because I'm like mildly. I have ADHD, so sitting here is really difficult for me.
Oh, I can relate, sir. That's probably why I think I decided I'd go ahead and come up for you because you sit there and you're kind of going, okay, well, how's everything going? It's like, well, I can relate.
Well,
what usually does it for me, I look at the join numbers on who comes in, and then as the chat picks up,
right.
You know,
these streams are really difficult for me just because I don't have a large audience because I'm streaming specifically to talk to people. And like yesterday, I hopped on 1A's stream for just a minute, and he's like, "Well, you got to be able to hold it yourself." And I'm like, "Well, I don't want to hold it myself. I want to talk to people. I want to come on here for discussions." So to talk myself and just do like whatever I want kind of defeats the purpose in a way. But at the same time, I understand that if I'm just up here doing nothing, then somebody's going to click on, see that I'm doing nothing, and click back off. So,
well, view it like this. That would be probably my suggestion because that's why I kind of just do what I call the sandlot because everybody's now kind of grown and accustomed to what I do. There's no narrative. I just try to give everybody a place to come chill. Sometimes it gets a little kind of heated and you are the host, so you kind of got to pull the reins. But then there's certain people that people go because they know that there's going to be a certain dialogue, you know. So if you're wanting to address issues, then you might start off with just like coming at it like imaginary people, like you're talking to them and saying it, but because people will come back and watch your stuff.
Right.
You know, so you can watch that and you'll kind of go, then you kind of know that people are interested. It's just like people rewatch a lot of mine because of the people I'm liable to have up.
Yeah.
Like the other day, I noticed that got a lot of views afterwards. Well, people were going back and watching like Carl when he was talking about some of the homesteading type stuff, you know, the prepping kind, and people will do stuff like that or like talking about the shit that's happening over there. Well, they'll come back to look for that.
Right.
So if you're kind of wanting to like do a constitutional stuff, prepper stuff, well, just kind of get you some ammo ready and then start your stream and then kind of just talk like you're talking to imaginary people.
Right.
You know,
Yeah, I thought about possibly making a whole separate channel just to do live streams on, because over here, eventually it would be cool if this channel could grow enough that I could monetize and everything. So, even though I'm willing to talk about anything, I still kind of censor myself. But I want to make a channel that everybody can come on and do whatever the hell they want, like over on 1A's streams.
well, there you go. We'll see. Cynthia just they listen. There's a lot of people that'll just listen if you're gonna talk and kind of bring stuff up. And there's so many people. It's like at my stream, because that's why I made it a point to just go ahead and I start mine when I do, and then I'll try to at least go till 8 or 10 in the morning, because I've
Right.
been watching people, and there's people that finish their day by kind of like listening and chilling. Hell, dude, there's people that fall asleep during my stream and then wake up going, "Oh, you're still going, cool," and they just listen,
Yeah.
because it's better than listening to the shit on the TV. So
Hey, thank you, Moonchild.
yeah, and with Moonchild putting your link on Indies Discord, do you do Discord?
I just started back up because Christina invited me to go over to her Discord, but I'll probably start doing it more here as I'm trying to build a community with everybody.
Well, be sure and check out Indies. Moonchild can put a thing up, because Indies Discord is like it's kind of like a library in a way, because there's everything. There's so much there, so it's kind of everything for based off of states. There's some positive stuff. There's jab stuff. There's all kinds of stuff.
Okay.
So very good information. Everybody kind of shares there, so that's why I say it's like a collective of information. Very awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, Moonchild's right too. Monetizing takes forever, and
Right.
one wrong thing, and you play a wrong song in the background if they hear it.
Well, that's why I'm trying to be careful on these lives, because even though right now it doesn't matter, I don't want them to go back in the future and find something.
Yeah. Yeah, the more you network, the more subs.
Yeah, Cynthia. I mean, at least you're trying to get out and help people. Most people now, it seems like they just want to shut in, and if it doesn't have to do with them, they don't care. The more you network. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do, Huckleberry. I'm trying to hop into everybody's lives. There's some people I can't get to. Like I always say, Jeremy. I think Jeremy's a great guy, and I like his streams, but I can never hop on because of when he streams.
Now, do you have his and Zach's? Because
no, I don't have Zach. I keep forgetting because I know I know Zach just by his name, but I can never remember his YouTube channel.
the fighting.
I think it's something Patriot, but
fighting patriotism.
Okay.
Or something like that.
Hey, 1A, what's going on, man?
There's 1A. I will say one thing before somebody says it to you. I'll go ahead and let you know. This layout, most people don't like this layout. When they come up on the panel, do the little 3 where they kick the windows sideways.
Okay.
I was just this food for thought. Me, I don't care. I got a bug ugly. Yeah.
Okay.
I got a bug ugly mug anyway, so it don't bother me none. But I think what it is it throws them up so close. That's why people don't like it. Because then I was like me, most all you saw was my face. But if you put it this way, well, I kind of.
Okay.
I don't care. My appearance doesn't change if it's up close. It just gets worse.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't streamed enough to learn all the. Oh, that reminds me. I forgot to do my thing. I saw what you were doing with your banners there, and I made one myself.
There you go.
Oh, that's not it. Where is it? There it is.
That's it. That kind of CYA. You got to come on up, 1A.
Yeah, OG Opossum in the house.
The Northeastern.
Yeah, the weather's been crazy up here. I mean, we're not expecting to be growing anything at this point, but it's been really bad going back and forth. I kind of talked about it at the beginning of the stream, but we've just been going from, hey, it looks like it might be spring to, oh, we're back in winter again.
Right. Oh, look, we got Mrs. Ghetto.
hey, good morning.
And you'll also
Music.
you'll learn too, and you'll start to pick up. It's like in the morning, Native does his show in the mornings.
Okay.
You know, anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour, I think. Well, if you want to target audience, then you'll want to either be before or after. Like me, it doesn't matter because I usually stay running while people will go over there, come back. Some people actually do both.
Right.
You know, because everybody, I gotta say, you're in a good bunch. Everybody tries to help each other, and shit, dude, I don't know how many subs I got now, and I don't. It's them. They're the
Right.
ones.
No, the community that we've got here is amazing.
Oh yeah, we got a good one. Got a good core bunch of people, and they all kind of like to gravitate.
Yeah, I've been trying to tell everybody that it's not. I don't really care too much if people show up or not, just because I'm not going to be like you and Christina and 1A. I won't be streaming every day. I don't have good internet at my house, and I'm actually house sitting for somebody else right now, so I'm taking advantage of their internet. But when I'm not here, it's not really going to be a thing.
This is all I got to do nowadays. I've got to where I can't hardly move around much, so this is my door to the world.
Right. I mean, at least you're getting your voice and other people's voices out there. You're doing more than a lot of people do now.
Actually, I toned down a lot. That's what I use it for, is to put me in check, because I just had to. That was just my thing. Needed to chill out. I was been a very agitated person for a very long time, so had to chill. So how's everybody doing today? How many people you got in chat?
Well, there's 8 people watching. See at least 4 people that are hanging out in chat. No, 5 actually.
Cool,
it's pretty
cool.
good.
Let's see.
Hey man, you want to hold down the fort for a second while I fill this up?
Yes, sir. Got you covered. I can talk a line of smack. It looks like had some more bombing down there around a carrier caught fire at the port. There's been some activity. What's the weather like up there, Mrs. Ghetto? Down here, hell, we're like in the 30s or something. Yeah, 37. Cold shiznit. Yeah. It's picking up a little pace. I was looking at different. I've noticed there's already been a few more. A few more conflicts. Hey, look at Miss Cynthia. That's my phrase. I like that. Just another day in paradise. Just snowed last night. Oh, man. Yeah, we don't need none of that. Yeah, these people get really goofy if it were to start snowing. Not used to that at all.
All right.
Got you some more coffee?
Oh yeah, we're good now.
Well, I can try to do this more clandestine so it doesn't make you feel so bad. I just kind of reach over and grab my pot.
Mrs. Ghetto, if you don't mind, where are you at? West Virginia?
I'm in Texas, Miss Cynthia. Southeast Texas.
We got 2 feet a couple of weeks ago. Our winter has actually been pretty mild in Michigan this year. It's been pretty consistent. Like, we've had snow on the ground a lot, but we didn't get very much snow. I mean, I wish it was exactly the opposite last year. We got, over 4 feet of snow last year at some point, but it only lasted like 2 or 3 weeks.
Whew. So you're in Michigan, so you're in Devil Dogs.
Oh, yeah, we got all that lake effect going on.
Do you know Devil Dog? Have you met him yet?
No.
Oh, dude. And he lives in your neck of the woods. He's a Michigander.
Okay.
And he actually goes around and he educates a lot of the sheriffs and stuff with the constitutional law. So,
okay. Does he have a YouTube channel?
Well, he does, but he doesn't. Oh, actually, he does put some stuff up on there, but not too much. His main thing is he goes around to other people. Let's see if I can.
Well, I just most of the people that are in this community are either down in Florida or down south somewhere, and you don't get too many people that are up around me. So if I can find somebody to hook up with up around here, it's always nice.
Oh yeah, well, Camo Carl, he's in Michigan.
Yeah, both him and Nikki Bassie are up here, but they're over on the other side of the state. I'm over on the west side, and they're over on the east side.
Gotcha. I was trying. There he is.
Yeah, Gato, it definitely has been really weird. Oh, hey, Dusty, what's going on?
There's Dusty and got Monty. See, you'll start.
Oh, Monty's in here? No, I didn't even see that. Yeah, Monty's been actually stopping by a bit. Hey, what's going on?
Everybody will kind of, once they kind of see you, that's what we got.
See, all I needed was rescue. Now I got the most viewers I've ever had.
I'm sorry, that might not be a good sign.
Blue Wrench Squad, yeah.
There, I put Devil Dog's channel in private chat for you.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, because he's a solid dude. You get to talking to him, and he will enlighten you to a lot of shit you had forgotten.
You know more about this StreamYard stuff than I do. Once I end the stream, is the private chat still going to be there so I can look at it after?
Oh, you got a bot. You got some mods in there?
Yeah, they got rid of it.
Okay. Yeah, how did you list it whenever you went to create your StreamYard? When you had the private, public, and unlisted, did you do public?
Public.
Then it'll still be lingering there.
Okay.
And when you go start it, like if you go back and view it, then you'll start seeing the chat start scrolling up, just like when it picks up regular.
Right. Well, but this is the private chat.
The private one? No, it won't.
Okay. So I'll try.
Not that I know of.
Then.
Hey, Midwest, I'll be right back. My wife's fixing to leave. I'm going to see her out, and then I'll be right back.
All right, you're good. Positive attitude, good times. I try to always be positive as much as I can. It's not always easy, especially with some of the world events that's going on, but at the moment, over here, I'm good. My family's good. My friends are good. I can't complain overall too much. Yeah, I think I don't know. Everybody, in my opinion, is kind of blowing this out of proportion a little bit. They're all worried that we're gonna be going into like a total war state. I don't personally see that happening, at least not right now. I wouldn't be surprised if eventually it happened, but at the moment we're okay. We're not going to be going into it right now. Obviously, I still think people need to be prepared. My channel is mainly a preparedness channel, so I definitely believe people should be stocking up on everything they need to try and make sure even if something does happen that they're going to be all right. But I think at least for the immediate future, we're going to be in the clear for a while. And hopefully those bots don't become too much of an issue. It's never a good sign when you start having them early. Right, yeah, and definitely. I think everybody needs to be prepared. And see, that's what I think is part of the issue with Biden imposing these sanctions is that everybody in Russia is a prepper and they're self-sufficient for the most part anyway. So even if the people in Russia get cut off from the supply chain, most of them are going to be just fine. Being prepared is the only way to live. It definitely. I mean, I only just recently got into it, but it's something I'm definitely glad I'm doing now. Everyone in the world being prepared would be the best. Well, to a degree, it depends on what your view is.
What they're prepared for.
Right. I think if everybody was prepared, that might cause unforeseen issues. If nobody has to worry about what they're gonna do, then even though it sounds like a good idea, it might end up causing problems.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Dusty. That was a pretty good little. I think I caught part of your stream. My phone went off and I looked. And matter of fact, I came in just in time for you doing one of your little public announcement things. Dusty just acting like the Presidente. He's got a little green screen that puts him at a podium.
I mean, to have shelter, eat, and drink water. Yeah, I know what you mean. It's just I feel like if nobody had to rely on the stores and the government for certain things, if nobody had to rely, then it could cause issues. Because especially for the smaller businesses, because especially the people in the small towns, they want to go support their local businesses. But if you've got a situation where if there's mild inflation and people don't even have to go to the stores and they can just be self-sufficient, then you've got situations where they're no longer going to go to the small businesses to get food. They're just either going to grow it themselves or they're going to go to a big corporation bulk food store and buy what they can there for the cheaper prices.
Down here in Southeast Texas, we have a lot of the farmer markets that are firing back up. So there'll be like 2 or 3 families that are starting to do the farming and stuff, and then they're actually going up to farmers market, and you're getting some good veggies. What's up, Dusty, my brother? How are you?
I'm at the front lines here, man. We have got it going on. These helicopters are hovering; they're not frozen.
Dusty.
You want to see the most underseen prep there is?
Is that the most unseen prep? Yeah, because if I
See
think
nobody have a flask, man. Come on. See
No.
canteen.
Oh, you want to see a flask? Hold on. I'll be right back.
it's still in the gallon bottle. Oh, there you go. A little tipsy.
Got my reporter style. It's the German style too, man. Look at that. Have you noticed the reporters' helmets are German style?
Yeah.
Got the little flare on the side here, like all the German helmets.
Tanker helmets. That's what I always took those under for the earmuffs, because they would come out for the earmuffs to go up underneath. Hey, there's Camo Carl. Yeah, I was telling him because Midwest is a Michigander, so I was like, "Shoot, man, you got to get
All
hooked up with."
I've got my bottle back here, and just for
There you
comparison's
go.
sake,
See,
you want to show up that flask again?
Midwest is fixing to one up you. Oh,
I've got this thing in here to take place of a metal canteen.
All right, I got a prep for you.
oh, look at the
yeah.
size of that bad boy.
Oh yeah.
He's got the half a gallon flask.
Right. How about this? You got one
I
of
believe
these in your
yeah, it's 40 ounces.
Oh,
it's a fishing pole and rod and reel.
check that. Little bitty old micro reel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have a polar rod in here, but I do have like line and lures and everything. I figure worst case scenario, I can fashion something.
K-Bar sells one. It's a hobo fishing reel.
Yeah.
That's like $20, $18. It's not that expensive. It's hollow, so you can actually put all your little gear inside of it. You know, little bobbers,
Right.
things of that nature. How about one of these? You got a P38?
Oh yeah. Damn, that's too shiny, brother. That's too shiny.
Oh, I got a bunch of them, man. Come on.
I got one from the 80s. It was given to me in 82 when I joined.
Hey,
Here,
man,
here's your P38.
I got a hookup for you, dude. I got this bag right here.
Oh, got the hookup. Oh, hell, what are they?
Magnesium flakes.
Oh, there you go.
I've been
Yeah, I've
storing
got
it
a
for a
mag
week,
bar in
man.
my
I've been
bag,
having
but
these
it's not
bad
that good.
nosebleeds. Magnesium flakes, man, perfect for starting fire because that shit burns hot. As soon as you hit
Yeah.
a spark to it, it's like phosphorus a little bit, you know. It burns hot.
Lighter pine.
Yeah. How about some of these?
Cold shower wipes.
I do have a cold shower. What is it? I believe it's like a cold shower bag, and it's essentially the same thing as a solar shower, just exactly the opposite.
No, this is like a baby wipe,
Right.
a dude wipe, you know.
Yeah.
But it smells like mint. You get these at the truck stops,
Oh, okay.
and they're pretty durable. One side actually is pretty rough. It is made for truckers. You get sweaty balls, man. This is a mint. It's a pick me up. Tell you, get you a little
Now,
step.
see, mind you, I'm going to say that right there said it all. So now this packet for trucker balls smells like mints when you're done. So now why would a trucker need their balls to smell like mint? That's because of all those lot lizards out there.
I'm not giving away trade secrets here. All right.
Sorry, Midwest, if you didn't want to go there on your channel, brother.
I'm
No,
just
we're
offering
good
a
as far as that
solution.
goes. I don't care about that. There's very few things I'm not willing to go for.
Dusty's always good to have on a panel. He's got an addictive smile. People just
Plus,
look up and then all of a sudden make you want to smile.
He'll never stop talking either. Never boring.
What is it? Pyro putty. Oh yeah. See, man, you just go out and grab some ladder pine. Oh, man on the go. That's the artesian lake. That's what that's for.
Yeah, I like making my own pyro putty. It's a little bit more fun.
Oh Lord, Cynthia. Well, be careful with doing that. She just says she's got to go roof rake. You take care.
What is that?
This is Dave Canterbury's fire starter thing. They're little
Oh,
what do you call it? Little pads soaked in
Oh, that's like the old Sterno stuff. Remember the little Sterno cans?
yeah, I got some of those too, man. Have you tried to cook with one of those?
Oh yeah, dude. Shit. Whenever I was a kid, we used to do a fondue pot. My mom used to melt chocolate and stuff. We would dip bananas and strawberries.
Now this is actually like rope, but they've made it into char cloth rope. They call it Blackbeard fire starter.
Ah,
It does not take much when you start slicing into it. I've already made a couple videos with it.
hell yeah.
All right, did you get you some of this, man? I watched that live stream you did with Always Survive. Did you get you some duct tape, dude?
oh yeah.
Wrap
I like
it around the
Gorilla Tape
lighter.
a little bit more though.
You wrap some around your lighter for, heck, this is a fire starter too.
Right. Yeah, I like. I don't think I've got any nuts to me, but again, I learned that from Always Survive too. But you take a cotton ball and you have it in Vaseline.
Yep.
Yeah, I do it a little bit differently in my pack. So I took it and I dipped it in antibiotic ointment, and then I sprayed it all down with isopropyl alcohol. But it does the same thing.
Soak them in a vegetable oil or mineral oil, and then they make little fireballs.
Okay.
Just shit
This
around
is
here that
called-
we do in storms. That's what's funny. Shit, a lot of the prepping for us, it's when the power goes out around here.
Right.
They call this tumbleweed at Walmart, but it's just pine shavings or spruce, I think it is probably because of the way it looks,
Okay.
and it's dipped in wax. But this stuff catches fast.
Well, don't get buried, Miss Cynthia.
Yeah, Cynthia, I've got some of those on every one of my packs. Those round ones.
Spam. That's it. You got to feed the troops.
This is actually 6 servings.
Yeah, okay.
If you read the can, it's 6 servings, so you only get a little bit, all right?
Yeah. Gonna have to ration that stuff, huh? One bite a day. Here you go.
Well, that's what I plan, man, because it's pretty potent in its sodium.
I gotta tell you, I'm gonna eat that, and I'm gonna eat that while I'm setting out the snares to get
got
all
these
these
single
rabbits,
packs in
or
mine.
until that damn doe walks in the yard. Oh
Trying
yeah,
to
there you go.
conserve space.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Definitely.
I like having a lot of these too.
Oh,
High protein.
you gotta
keep
always
going.
keep your nuts handy.
Oh yeah.
A man just ain't the same without his nuts.
All right, so I packed this Maxpedition right here. This is a get home bag.
Oh, that's a get home bag.
'Cause here's I got an Eberly Stock half track. It's a backpack by Eberly Stock, and it's called the half track. So
Okay.
I'm working on it again, but I've got the Terminator Eberly Stock fully packed. Man, that's 50 pounds.
Yeah, that's about how heavy this bag is here.
And I just got it simple, man. I put a sleeping bag in the bottom of this thing. I've got several survival type blankets, the bivvies. It's a bivvy tent, so it's the Mylar tent, and then it's also a secondary Mylar sleeping bag.
Okay.
And just in case, man, got my tourniquet here. In case somebody else needs to, hey, help me out, I'm bleeding. But I do have a skin stapler, so
Got to pop it
Get
back
the artery,
together.
if I hit an artery and I can get it sealed up without causing clots that go up my heart.
Yeah, there's always that part.
All right. I haven't figured out these toilet paper pills yet, man. Last time I ate some SpaghettiOs and then I ate one of these and then the toilet paper got hung in my butt. So I assume it comes out after you poop. So it's like a free wipe. It just cleans out the rest of your colon.
Something like that.
Hey, what's up, William?
Hey, William.
Random. How are you?
FYI, don't anybody try that. It is not a pill. It's a suppository. Don't let nobody fool you.
Got just a few of those.
Oh,
All right.
It's mostly for other people, though. I personally don't mind using the leaf.
Here, man, go wipe your ass. Just go wipe your ass, all right? And while you're at it, here's some mint to wipe your balls.
some oak leaves or pine needles down here. And then if you want that
Just
fresh,
make sure you don't use poison ivy.
no, that's when you want that freshy smell. Then you use the magnolia leaves.
I know Dusty has some down in Florida, but do you have any vines over by you?
Any what?
Like different, like what? Just, I mean, we've got all kinds of different vines as far as talking about just regular like tree growing vine type stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm envious of that because we have about none. About the only vines you see around here is if poison ivy gets big enough to become a vine.
Oh wow.
We have wild grapevines here.
Well, yeah, we've got grapes here too, but they're not wild. I was talking about it in yesterday's stream. Actually, I said about the most popular vine is a grapevine, and that's only because we've got a winery here.
We do have the Tarzan type vines. You ever see Tarzan swinging on a vine?
Yeah.
They're actually an invasive species that the President Eisenhower, I think it was, who did the Florida Barge Canal, he brought it over from South America, and it's literally an invasive species. It grows potatoes on it.
Okay.
We're not under food here. You know, if you're hungry, there's something to eat outside.
Right.
And if you're worried about your heart or being, you know, man, I don't want to kill it. Something's out there looking at you, wanting to eat you too. It's Florida, man.
That's it. It's
I know
called
there's a bug
eat or
looking
be
at me
eaten.
right now.
You can either be the griller or you can be on the grill. No, William, I wasn't hiding. I didn't even get on last night, or I just didn't feel it. I don't know.
All right, I got this 9-hour candle. It's got a spring inside here, so as the candle burns, it pushes it up in here, and it's a lamp, a lantern.
Oh hell!
Yeah, I don't have mine with me, but I've got one that's similar. It's like a lantern that you hang up, and it's a Coleman. But that one's 25 hours.
But the top of this, you can cook on.
That's nice. Yeah. I don't have that option with mine. The only thing, I've got this citronella candle. It's 25 hours to help take away mosquitoes, but you're not doing much with it.
Well, if you happen to have to bug out down here to southeast Texas, don't even think that that's going to keep mosquitoes away. So just use that as a flame source. And
yeah, for the most, I mean, well,
I think
when
our
they're
mosquitoes
at
around
their
here, they
worst
get
here.
attracted to citronella around here. They smell people with those citronella things and go, hey, let's go over there. They must be out barbecuing or something.
Yeah, they work for the most part around here. Besides when they're at their worst in the heat of the spring, they're not doing anything.
Down here, it's just too humid. These little shits down here are pretty resilient. Matter of fact, they're big enough and they swarm. You'll hear them popping in bug lights.
I've got 2 big ass German Shepherds, and they keep coming in here because I got the door open, and they are just bull in a china shop is an understatement for them. They're knocking over the lights, and they're just wagging his tail. It's the size of my arm, you know.
Oh yeah. I know I have to have a confrontation with a guy down the road because I don't want to have to shoot his German Shepherds. But my one dog goes out. Well, a team of German Shepherds will rip my dog a new one if they go to.
That's a
get
shame
your
too,
stove.
because them dogs are not. They should be like your kids. You should
Yeah.
not keep them out of your sight. They literally are a working dog. They are dangerous. Even me as the owner knows they're dangerous. You know.
What's
Hey,
up,
what's
guys?
up, Carl?
You guys are comparing gear, huh?
A little bit.
Carl's fixing to come up and go, okay, now that y'all have shown all your little Walmart toys, let me show you the real shit.
Oh, I'll be nice. I'm not that much of a show. That's some good
I
stuff.
actually
That little
just got a
lantern
new
you
holster.
have, Dusty, that little
I just got
lantern
a
you
new-
got was originally made and distributed by LL Bean, pocket lantern. What the cool thing is they used to make a little oil insert that you could get to replace that candle. So you could have a little oil container with a closing cap.
Well, this candle's replaceable. It had. I bought
Right,
the.
right.
It's like
The
back
little
of it.
oil cylinder was the same size as the calendar or the candle. It would fit right inside and replace the candle itself. And you'd get, 3-4 times the amount of time burn time out of it.
Right. I think the name brand of the candles are I want to say OEC or something like that. EOC. They're supposed to be like a 9-hour
Possibly.
candle.
Like I said, I had mine 30 years ago. It was distributed through LL Bean. They quit selling them some time ago.
And they stick to the clothes now.
I don't know what I think LL Bean went more clothing than gear. They used to have a little bit more gear than they have now.
Yeah. I think I got their catalog in the mail. I still do that. I'll send off. You get online here, you can get catalog sent to you.
Right on.
I don't know about ordering and paying for it through the mail no more though. That's shifty.
Yeah, I've had a lot of trouble with the mail the last couple of years.
Well, you guys
Talking
are
about P-38s. I've got my father's original P-38 from World War II, and I've got some Vietnam ones, and I've got some ones from the 80s, and they just got flimsier and flimsier on down the line. They make them out of real cheap steel now, but the old ones are far superior.
That's it. Hell, I've used mine actually probably about 8 months ago. I ended up whipping mine out because my wife got the can opener and it got all screwed up. She couldn't finish opening the can. She goes, God, what am I going to do? And I said, hold on. I'm going to get my keychain. I stood there going, okay, there you go. And tomorrow you can go buy you a new can opener.
Well, you got in there a Linostatic engineering compass, and what else?
It was all right. So let's say you get captured by an enemy, all right, and you need to get out of some get tied up. I got a little finger knife.
Is that one of those bail cutters you put on your finger that the paper boy used to carry around?
Nah, it's actually just a little knife that hangs around your neck.
Oh, right on, right on.
But
They used to
it's
make
about
these
as big as
little
the tip of
rings.
my
I think
finger,
I
though.
still have a couple little aluminum rings they used to make with a blade on it. Oh,
Now,
I know what that is. Yeah, I can see what it was. Little clip knife.
Yeah. Have y'all seen the little punch out? I call them like punch out cards, the little survival cards.
Yes,
And
I
you
have.
punch out the hooks and stuff.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
I think that's how they made some of these puzzle piece put together stoves too. Have you got some of those stoves that are really super thin, ultra light?
I don't.
Well, all right. I have a U.S. issue Vietnam multi-fuel pocket stove, but I've also got a Swiss alcohol stove, and then I've got the little Nesbit heater or tabs, little fire tablets that work with the canteen cups and stuff. But I don't really use that stuff much. I just carry a canteen cup, and usually,
Well, that's what Dave Canterbury's got, man. I bought his canteen and the little water bottle deal. All my gear,
yeah.
I'm gonna tell you right now, all my gear I get is all black. If I'm gonna move, I'm gonna move at night.
Right on. I prefer woodland. Everything I've got's in the old 80s woodland pattern. Well, 70s, but it's updated.
The only thing I don't like is this fork knife deal here, and it's got a serrated edge right here.
You got a spork in your survival kit?
Well, the Dave Canterbury sport, man.
A spork.
And then the Dave Canterbury, it comes with this cup here. It's got the little handles on the side. Folds out like this. Separate from the cup itself, so I guess that's to keep it from getting hot.
I got one question for you, Dusty.
Yeah, man.
Does your bug out bag float?
Yes, it does. I've got a boat.
Well, no, I mean on its own.
Yeah, it does. It's water resistant.
That's not
This right
really
here,
floating.
this isn't a bug out bag. This is the get home bag. My bug out bag, I got this half track, and then I got the Terminator.
Right on. Right on.
My sidearm, though, I just got I'm gonna take it out of the holster, but Prepper Steady. And I went and met him the other day, and he hooked me up
Oh,
with a
that's
nice
cool.
holster, man.
Kydex holster?
This is leather.
Can't really see in the little picture. I got to wait. There it is. Now I can see it up on the big screen. It's a weird pause. You can show me something on the screen on the phone that I'm talking to you through, and it takes another 30 seconds for it to show up on screen on my computer.
Oh, yeah. To get
Yeah, a
over to
little
YouTube.
bit of a delay.
And that little sheath is good. It'll hold my Glock 26. Perfect size for the Glock 26.
I hear it's not a good thing to show the actual hardware on YouTube.
Now we're an hour and 14 minutes into a live. We should be mostly all right. For the most part, they look at the first couple minutes.
AR-7? I don't know if you can even see me in this light. Have you ever seen an AR-7?
I'm looking.
This is, I don't know if you can see the pouch enough. This is it's got a cleaning kit on the outside. The pouch, everything I got pouch wise, I make custom. But have you ever seen one of those?
Yeah.
There you
I
go.
actually just was looking at a video this morning on one of those.
This is an original 1960s AR-7 brush pilot survival weapon, U.S. military issue. It's a semi-automatic 22 survival. It's the receiver and the barrel screw together, and it all fits inside the stock. It floats and stuff. They remade them. Henry Arms bought them. Armalite made them for a while. The newer ones don't have as good as ratings as the old style.
Yeah, I got the Sub 2000 from Keltec. I did a video on all of them. I don't know if I put them on private or not, but I was showing off to Ron because he was a Keltec fan. He had the KSG Dangerous Freedom.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we were comparing. He had the Keltec KSG 7, I think, and it's like the mini version of what I got, which is the KSG that holds 21 of the mini 12 gauge, and the minis are about 1.25 inches. And I got 2 of those, and I got the kit. I showed him the RDB, the RDB. It's a 308. It's a bullpup 308. And it's
Have you
rear
seen
fed.
the DBS Snake? Essentially like an AR platform KSG. Two barrels, 2 mags, 2 triggers.
I haven't seen that.
I believe it's called the DBS Snake, or maybe the DB Snake.
I've seen the double barrel 12 gauge pump made by Keltec.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the DD something. But Keltec's made in Florida here, so the parts are all here.
Right.
About 2 hours south of me in Cocoa. But it's always good, man. What you got for a water filter? You gonna use a Sawyer or Life Straw or something?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a Life Straw, but I'm trying to get more Sawyer minis because I think that that's a better purchase personally. But
yep. I've got the 1 gallon bag and the 2 gallon bag, so you can hook it up to the and let it be gravity fed,
right.
And a bunch of the little mini kits. They do sell a case for it, a hard case, so you can protect it.
That's what I would like to get, one of those, just so I could like just clip it to the outside of a bag.
Well, apparently that Kavivi or whatever, the Clive Kivi or whatever that town is, they've entered the defense phase now. The Russians are saying they've claimed the western entrance to the city.
Yeah, did you notice the cams went off on the ones you had out yesterday? I think it was.
I can believe it. That's they just where was that?
I found some new feeds on another place, and I was actually airing the feeds from the rest of the ones in Kavi or whatever it's called.
Says the Ministry of Internal Affairs says that Ukrainian Armed Forces operations begins in Kyiv and asks not to film equipment. So
there's a few guys right there in the mix, and they're going around the city and filming everything that's going on. They're little tiny shorts, and they're pretty up to date. There's been a lot of small arms fire on the outskirts of town. There's a whole lot of dead vehicles already. There's been some Russian captures, POWs, and vice versa. One entire platoon gave up, said they surrendered themselves to the Ukrainians and said that they were told that their mission was one thing and they didn't agree with what they were being told to do, so they gave themselves up to the Ukrainians. How much truth in all that is, I don't know, but there's all kinds of news, but you got to look for it because you're not going to get it from the main sources, that's for sure.
No.
Yeah, the Ministry of Defense said Russian troops infiltrated in Kyiv, but they've been neutralized. That was 7 hours ago.
Well, what's going on now that wasn't in the last couple of days is everybody's been saying that they're targeting the military members of Ukraine, but not civilians. But what just happened, or a video just got released last night of a fighter jet airstriking a civilian home. So that's now started.
Well, now there's an apartment that I just saw that got it. It damaged the front of the apartment building, but when I read the witnesses' statements, what they did, apparently the missile got shot out of the sky and it hit the road in front of the apartment building. So the blast damaged the very front of it, but the holes in the ground. Now, if it had hit the building, then it would have been gone. But.
Right.
Are you talking about the footage I seen where the people are in their home and they see the jet show up from their backyard area, and then you see the missile leave the plane? Because that didn't hit that house.
No, it did not hit their house, but there was a house that is on the other side of the road that it hit.
I'm just curious what that was about. I mean,
well, right. I mean, there must be a reason that was targeted, but I'm not sure what it was.
Apparently 5 minutes ago, there's a bomber alert in Kharkiv. Sirens are going off for bomber alerts.
Hey, always survive. Good to see you.
You know, I don't really think that the Russians are out there just to kill people. I mean, you're going to have collateral damage. You're going to have casualties, civilian ones too. I mean, It's war. But I know that they could turn that whole area to a big glass crater in a day.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And it doesn't appear to me like they're doing that. And I don't know. I just made a post earlier. I trust Putin more than I trust Biden.
Oh, yeah. Well, hell, the Ukraine, that's a money laundering for a lot of oligarch governments. So it wasn't just ours, but there's a few countries that don't want people to go in there because they've been laundering all their bullshit money through there.
There's a bunch of that there, isn't there, Rescue? I mean, yep. I'd like to think that they're in there cleaning house.
That's it. Oh, this is a whole lot of Hillary going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, apparently an hour ago, Russian troops targeted the building of the security service of Ukraine in, I don't know, I'll butcher that name, Kim Cherniviv or some shit, with 2 shells apparently hit that. Bridges. Oh, and there was the Ukraine fighter. Have you heard about the Ukraine jet fighter named Ghost?
No.
Oh, he's apparently an ace, dude. From the way now, see, here's just you don't know what's true. Is this just a motivational for the Ukraine troops or what? But apparently his call sign is Ghost, and he's already taken out, I think it was 6 Russian jets.
Oh wow.
I may have seen that guy's jet being transported on trucks to a different location just within the last 24 hours.
Yeah, he's apparently a badass, which. And then there was some talk. Somebody showed me some stuff that was over on Prepper Tribes, and they were wondering if it was American planes. But whenever I pulled it up, to me, the outline fits the SU. I forgot what it was, the SU-17 or something, which is a Russian.
Well, I did see where 2 F-22 Raptors were reported to be landing in the Ukraine.
Well, that's what scares me. What scares me is the whole NATO talk. The minute those words, because then that's when our Congress doesn't even get a say. All of a sudden, dipshit up there just says, "Sure, we'll send people over there to help."
Right.
Well, I just seen a very large convoy of British armor being trucked into Estonia, which is, I think, 2 countries to the north of Ukraine. It could be a posturing for defense. It could be a compartmentalized military is getting involved. It could be a lot of things. I think all we can do is just wait and watch.
Hey, you always survive. So you show up.
Got yourself one of them fancy e-tools, I see.
Hey guys, I'll be right back in a second.
Well, there you go, Random. Yeah, Tu-160. It's that same class of Russian aircraft.
Like I said, Dusty, I'm old school. I got a 1965 entrenchment tool. For some reason, the 64 through 66 e-tools outperform any of the other years before or after by far. It's way more stout.
It's probably, you're talking about the handles, wouldn't it? Isn't it?
Well, the handles wouldn't, but the mechanism gives out on the World War II and Korea era ones pretty easily. And they made the coupler system a lot heavier duty in those 3 years of the 60s. Then they went chintzy on them again and made the trifold, which is really kind of junk compared.
I'm going to mute myself while I move my chair because I squeak a lot, but I want you to check out the locking mechanism on this thing, man. It is heavy.
Oh, I've seen that one. You know what the Spetsnaz are famous for, don't you?
Now this piece here is rubber, but the rest of this is like I would say it's more than an eighth. That's more than an eighth inch thick right there. And this piece here on the bottom, definitely almost a 1/4 inch. But it's in a spring though. The only thing I can see going wrong with this is if you can't get it clean. You know what I mean? If you can't get this clean, it's probably going to bind up eventually. Oh yeah, check that out. That's some probably real steel right there.
It's got the pick on one side, the shovel on the other. Is that shovel you have the one that has the saw blade down in the handle?
Yes, it is. It's the I want to say 5 Joy.
Are you familiar with the Spetsnaz, what they're famous for? The Russian Spetsnaz, which is the equivalent to our special forces. They have a shovel that they practice with. You can throw it into a tree, dig holes, chop skulls with it. and they train with it. If you look up the Spetsnaz training regiments, you'll see they utilize that shovel. They're famous for their shovel work.
Well, they're poking the bear, I gotta say. Apparently, they the committee of ministers of the Council of Europe, on the initiative of Ukraine and Poland, launched the procedure for suspending Russia's membership in the Council of Europe. The final decision is coming. Well, that's enough to
They
poke
don't
him.
need them anyways. You know, UN, all of them, they're criminals.
Oh yeah, but it's bad that they're going to poke that though. It's like,
Well, you
but
know
then,
they're going to try to escalate this. This is the deep state's wet dream.
oh well, we're all going to look up there while our southern border is exposed, and we also have local elections that are coming about. I got to thinking about that last night. It's like down here in Texas. Next week is some voting for like governors and this assistant governors and different state positions. I don't know how far other states are going, but that'd be a good little distraction.
I got a whole collection of those decks of cards for survival, and there's ones on medical, there's ones on edible and medicinal plants, and there's ones on shelter. I ended up collecting a whole bunch of those.
These are the knot time collection here. It's
40 knots. Is it called 40 knots?
I got it from Walmart. It's called Camping and Backpacking Knots and Essential Climbing Knots. I thought would probably be good.
All the stuff you used to learn in Cub Scouts and Boy Scouts.
Right.
Guilty.
I didn't go to the Boy Scouts, Cub Scouts. I was in Kiwanis, right?
Hey, be prepared. That's the motto. I've had that in me for over 50 years.
That's it. I was so, when they totally corrupted that whole organization, it just really, because that was how we made young men into men. They learned life skills. You learned to go and you learned American patriotism. You learned outdoor skills, camping, fishing. Now we teach them here. Here's an Xbox.
Right.
That just, man, because I was looking, matter of fact, hell, I found one the other day. What did I do with that? Yeah. My little belt badge. I was digging through something. It was the citizenship badge. Because heaven forbid if you should learn about your country or some shit,
Right.
That's why I guess I take it. Matter of fact, I pulled out my little shirt, dude, and that shirt looks so funny nowadays. I held that shirt up going, damn, I was in the Boy Scouts when I wore this. And it's kind of like I hold it up, and it's kind of like it just comes in right here. My shoulders going, yeah, I was a little dude back then. But, dude, it was all about them merit badges.
Right. How about these, man? You got some of these.
Christina was looking for you, Midwest Survivor.
Oh, hey, Christina, sorry. I had to make a phone call real quick.
Got some water purification tablets.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Did you catch, y'all guys catch Christina's little dance video she put up?
Ah, you talking about me?
Oh. Started to hear some robotic.
She must have mommy duty.
Yeah, I thought I heard a kid when she popped up. Maybe.
That's my little rascal.
Here's a good prep. I don't see nobody telling anybody to get.
I don't.
Visine.
So
I've got
I
a
can
flush
use
out
that
kit
stuff.
that goes on a water bottle.
Visine and Murine, that stuff turns my eyes 10 times redder than what it was in the first place.
Oh, I thought you had the Visine in case you were constipated or something, Dusty. You just do a few drops in your coffee.
How's everybody doing?
Surviving.
Oh,
I came up to give Midwest some company, and now he's gathering a good crowd.
I'm doing what they call a prepper flash. I'm flashing Midwest over here, all my prepper gear and shit, and trying to get him excited.
Ah, shit.
Oh.
Dusty, have you heard of a shortcut chainsaw?
I've got a hand chainsaw.
Called a bow saw.
No, it's got a chainsaw blade on it and 2 grips on it, and you just sit there and work it. I've got a video about it. This is the Canadian Prepper's bug out roll.
Man, I think I'm just doomed to die or something because all I have is a fucking pocket knife and a gun.
You can use that to hurt somebody else who's got all the gear you need.
I've got a Zippo. I forget what they call it. You blow on it and then a fire, you know. Bolt.
Oh boy, yeah. He's into the gizmo end of this. Have you actually tried to carry all this stuff yet, Dusty?
Yeah, I'm crippled now. Thanks.
I definitely appreciate that.
The opossum community.
Yeah, I've done a video of me going up and down flights of stairs out in the forest, and going across swinging bridges with the gear, 50-pound gear on.
Damn.
You know, but I'm 6'1", built like a brick shithouse, so it ain't, I can carry a person.
Well, we're the same size. I'm 6'1" and I'm 200 pounds, and I'm still pretty healthy for my age.
I haven't seen 200 pounds since I was 5.
Well, I'm 6'4", but I have a hover round, so. I have dual batteries. I don't know, man. I don't know what shit hits the fan. I'm just going to go hunting on a day-to-day basis around here is all it'll come down to.
Hey, can I show you something that might be handy if you're doing that?
I got 3 lakes and a river. And then I got hogs aplenty, rabbits, deer. Big game.
Try and get yourself something like this.
What is that, like a bait thing?
No, it's oh, you said you're in Texas. Oh, this bag isn't in. I forgot you're in Texas. What this bag does is that I believe it's anything below 40 degrees temperature. If you put it inside the bag and have it hanging up, it will preserve your meat for up to a week.
Oh.
Without refrigeration.
Okay. Should we soak that
They
bad boy?
got gizmos for everything nowadays.
Come on, man. You got to admit, a hard case tourniquet sheath.
Well, I got a full med kit. I got the surgical kit and trauma kits and.
Oh yeah, man. I got that too. I got the what is it? The M17 by Renegade. And then I got a first responders kit, and then it's got the stethoscope, you know, the blood pressure pump, manual stuff, nothing electrical. And it's got the full spectrum, you know, where I forget that thing they call it holds the tongue down, the tongue suppressor part.
Oh,
so you can
it's a tongue depressor.
Tongue depressor.
Well, it's actually called something else though.
Well,
You're talking about the mouthpiece that goes in, so you don't have to do mouth to mouth and touch somebody.
I've got one of those, but no, this is the thing that goes like a hook, and the actual hose follows. It's like a guide for the hose to go down.
Oh, for pumping out or.
Yeah, I've got a suction.
Okay. Yeah, because the little wooden sticker is just always called a tongue depressor.
Right. Yeah, but this is for the guide for the hose.
Dusty's like, I know that, man.
my surgical kit is just a 4-inch roll of duct tape.
Christina's hearing all these things. She could just turn into something else.
No, I'm behaving myself. It's too early for that.
Didn't I just hear you biting your tongue?
It's too early. I'm not gonna start that yet.
Damn, I didn't think about that, William. Yeah, that's what I ought to do. I ought to try to get me a little solar panel thing, which I have an inverter in my truck that I plug into. I have a 1200 watt inverter. Came out of a service truck. Just goes to show you how retarded, that's, I guess over time you realize how we got where we are. It's because we just piss off money left and right, but it never gets pissed off fully because then customers pay more for services. But it's like the communication company I was with, dude, when they got ready for a new tech truck, they just parked the tech truck over in a parking lot. You could go get whatever you wanted off of it. It's just like, hell, I got the power inverters. I had all the toolboxes that were in it because they just order a new one with new shit. And it's like, but there's nothing wrong with all these toolboxes. It's a new truck. And it's like, well, that's why. And then that's why your monthly bill keeps going up because they keep pissing off money.
I've got a 3,000 watt power inverter for the semi.
I've got the power inverter stuff. That's pretty much. I mean, in the '80s, I started building my bug out kit. All right, and I've got a 1977 M886 U.S. issue Dodge Power Wagon. It's a radio truck, but I've converted it. I've got a wood stove in it and bunks in it, and my computer and field desk and everything in there. But what I'm getting to is my kit starts with the truck. I've got custom tents that I made with the wood stoves and everything. I got a big one that's 14 by 14 by 10, and I've got a base camp with all the cots and the tables and everything. It all folds up and fits in the truck. But then beyond the base camp, I've got a full pack, which my pack is about 80 pounds. It's a modified Alice pack that I've got almost everything on it. It's custom, all my kit, and I can convert it to Arctic use or standard use. But besides that, then I've got a large fanny pack that comes off of that I could use just for a bug out. And then even after that, I've got a survival kit that can come off that, and I can carry just that. So I've got like stages of gear that I could ditch or use as you could just leave it in one spot and do your scouting. But I tried to make it modular, to where you could change it up for the weather or whatever you're needing,
And what'd you say it was?
The kit itself?
No, the car.
Oh, it's a 1977. It's a full-time 4-wheel drive U.S. military truck. It's a 5/4 ton Dodge. I've got some videos of it on my channel. I've been driving one of these for over 25 years. This is my third one. It was an ambulance body style that was converted over to a radio truck. So it doesn't have the litters in the back of it or anything. Instead it's got a radio bracket shelf system and all these other odds and ends. But I've modified it to my use. It's basically a 4-wheel drive camper. It's got the blackout drive light system on it and all. It's also EMP proof. It's got its pluses. It's got it holds 5 batteries, and I've got the 120 amp, ambulance alternator system on it. I've modified the entire wiring harness to it to where everything now has its own individual ground instead of relying on the body and the frame.
Now, you know what you're doing right now. You're teasing us right now. You're telling us what you're wearing and what you got underneath your skirt and all that. Let's see it. Come on, man. I want to see it. Come on, let me see you, baby.
And it's parked in a Faraday cage.
I like Dodge myself, man. I've got the new Dodge. I just had it waxed.
Well, I
had it washed.
In the 70s, before the emissions control came about, there's no vacuum on this. The only thing it really has is a voltage regulator, the points, and the ballast resistor. And those I keep in a Faraday box. I got multiple spares of those. If there was anything that's on the truck that could be affected by an EMP, all I'd have to do is spend about 10 minutes and I could switch those parts out.
Morning, True Seeker.
Look it up on my channel, Dusty. Look up truck wood stove on my channel.
I will, man, because that kind of got me hot thinking about it. I'm not saying I really got hot about it, but I've been looking up some different alternative vehicles, man. I come across something like a Fiat or a smart car with big tires on it and shit.
Dusty's like, I ain't got that excited in a while.
But I did come across a semi they actually jacked up and made it, and they actually took a pull behind motorhome and stuck it on top of the semi, you know, and still left.
I've seen that too. That's just the thing, you know. I can fit my sewing machine right in the back of my truck, and with the I don't. If I wanted to use power, I can use my machine without power, but I can use the generator, and I can do. I'm in with a group. I haven't seen them in a while, but I used to do a lot of canvas repair for the Michigan Military Vehicle Preservation Association, and they set up around the state and do trades and parts and stuff. But I did the gun show in Novi and did a bunch of flea marketing and stuff for a long time. You know, I've been into the military surplus gig since the 70s.
Okay.
All right, so what you got?
What I got everything I need. I don't even think I can upgrade my kit anymore.
Yeah, Dusty's hearing you talking about that truck, and he's like, "Honey, can we try a new role play tonight?"
I tried that, man. She didn't like going outside. She got pissed off when I said we're gonna run around here in the woods and see if we can't find something.
Yeah, well, if they want you to go to their Bed Bath and Beyond and candle little aisles and stuff, they ought to at least play with you too.
Well, you know, I told her this the other day. You lied to me, honey. You told me you was an outdoors girl. The only outdoors I seen you go is across the parking lot in this Walmart. All right, Midwest. Have you ever seen one of these? I'm going to mute my.
No.
It's a 20-liter collapsible bucket.
I got one of them right here, but mine's a little different. Where'd I got it? Here somewhere.
But if you watch Survival Living anytime, he's talking about getting the when he does a survival course down here in Florida in the Panhandle. There's one in Ohio too. Dave Canterbury does a survival course in up there.
Can you see that?
It's not a camping trip.
This is the military version of what you have.
See, I've got the poor man's version here. I got a black plastic bag.
Well, you could also with Survival Living says
your water can for your, you know, the jerry can style water cans. Yeah. I've got 4 of the 5 gallon water cans, and I've got, I think, 18 of the 5 gallon water cans. And they fit on my truck. I've got multiple jerry can locations, but I've got it about 1,010-mile range because of the exterior gas cans on my truck.
Yeah, I've moved away from it. I've got about 5 of the metal jerry cans, and I moved into the plastics.
Oh, the Spectre cans are far superior. I've got those too. Those are, but the trouble with those is you're going to end up paying $75 for the can and then $120 for the spout.
Yeah. Hey, man, you want quality, it's going to cost you, you know. And I attribute what you're saying to inflation myself. That's just personally how I look at it. It's just inflation.
When I seen them driving semi trucks over them, I had to have them. All right.
Hey guys, Cynthia thinks you're bullying me. You better stop. No, I'm good. I just started all this stuff a couple months ago. I'm not expecting to be on the level of these guys, but I just got my basic stuff here.
Well, dang, you're here in Michigan. You need gear. I'm the guy you probably only need to know.
Look at it like this. Why everybody's wearing these 50-pound packs full of shit. If you got a little 30-pound pack, 20-pound pack of stuff that's great, you're going to outrun us all. Yeah. You ain't got to outrun the bullets. You just got to outrun everybody else.
That's it. You ain't got to run faster than the bear. You just got to run faster than the guy behind you.
Yeah, I need to get more smaller bags. I've got multiple bags, but all of them are packed completely full, and they're like 50 pounds or heavier. And that's not going to work out too well in certain situations.
I
You
have
gotta be careful,
several
man.
spare Alice
I've
packs.
spent tens of thousands of dollars. All right, this bag right here is $400. The tent that goes with it is $400. The Snug Pack bunker tent goes with the $400 backpack, and then I got the half track. That's $300, and it's got the $300 Snug Pack one man tent called the Ionosphere. I was giving these away. The Maxpeditions on my game show, they're $150. I was giving those away on the game show. If you win Prepperty, you got a backpack. You know, I also gave away the One Tigress Tangram tents too for a little while. I was giving away a bunch of gear during the first season, but I stopped doing the giveaways. So I'm gonna wait till my channel. I was hoping my channel would blow up a little faster, but it didn't. So I'm gonna hold off. And if my channel gets any bigger, and if I can find a way that it, you know, I can incorporate it to helping people. That's what all it was really about, was just helping people. Running Prepperty was basic knowledge of things like what do you do in case of a disaster, and it's all FEMA answers. So if you do better than FEMA, you got it going on, man. You'll survive. What's up, Monty?
Hey, Money.
What's up?
Yeah, Carl. I hooked him up with the Devil Dogs link, and that way, hopefully, he can hook up with him. You got some good backup between Carl and Devil Dog. You got your state covered.
Yeah, and then I've got Always Survive, obviously, and then I don't know if you've ever heard him, but Modern Refugee, but he's way up north of me.
Okay, no, I had never heard of him.
Yeah, he's a little bit bigger than he's got like 12,000 subs, but not that really matters. But
No,
Well,
you'll
as
get
I
there.
said, I like to make my gear. I've been making it for almost 40 years now. Make my own tents, make my own packs, make my own pouches, make my own clothing, make my own hats. Only thing I don't make is because I don't have a shoe machine, is I haven't made my own boots yet.
I mean, that's really good knowledge to have, though, to be able to do all that.
Heck yeah! Look at the ghillie suit he's got on his little avatar picture there.
Well, I got a new style I came up with. I came up with a snag-proof ghillie suit. Hold on.
Hey, Midwest.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you knew it or not, but Possum Lives Matters is 1A2A.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I was holding off a little bit because I know he's having people try to mimic his opossum counts, so I'm just trying to make sure it's him, but I'm fairly certain it is.
Yeah, it was. Hey, Carl. I sent you a link over in Messenger.
Oh yeah, look at
All
that.
right, what'd you send me? Was it good? We got some intel. What'd you send me?
No, it's not Intel. It's a kick butt video link, video, little short.
This ghillie rescue is the first ever made snag-proof ghillie.
Oh hell!
The
That's my
sunlight
Victoria's Secret there.
the sunlight coming up behind you is a little bit more brighter than. Over.
There you are.
Yeah, there you are. That's kick ass.
Oh, look at you.
Oh, he's got one to where you can't even see his face.
Apparently, I'm
Wiggle, baby,
supposed to
wiggle.
say
By the
to
time you
send
see
me-
it, it's too late anyway.
Apparently,
Right.
I'm supposed to say to send me the Wazoo Adventure Kit and hat from Cynthia.
I was waiting for Camo Carl to spin, man. Spin, baby. Let's see that full strut.
I don't think I can get you to see it, man, but it's a full suit. And what I made it is it's got two zips that run from the neck down to each pant leg. So I can walk out of that thing in about less than a minute flat. It zips completely off of you. So you don't have to step into anything, and you could get in or out of it in a real hurry. I've got to start doing some more videos. That's what I need to start doing. Did we lose everybody? What happened?
Oh no, sir. I'm sorry. I was staring at the screen, there's a lot of activity going in. And
Yeah,
Leave.
I hopped over real quick
Marquita.
and made 1A a mod.
He's a good one too. It's you young folk that's going to save the world. We got to tell you everything we know so you can do it.
I don't have enough people like me in my generation.
Well, but see, you're the age, so you start educating them. You start waking them up.
Well, nobody wants to listen anymore. Nobody wants to have discussions. If they don't agree with you, they just cancel you and hate you.
Well, that's true. That's just the ones you need to stay away from.
I
man.
hit him? Oh no.
Yeah, you did the opposite.
Hang on. Oh yeah, you did. Oh no, he's back.
Emir
Huckleberry.
got him.
Huckleberry got him back. He brought him back. He saved him. Threw him a life preserver.
Yeah, my phone is sideways. I couldn't really tell what I was doing there.
That's why I was asking a while ago about the Possum Lives Matter one, because sometimes accidents do happen.
No, I'm pretty sure I did get that one right.
Yeah. So that little video clip that I sent Camo, yeah, I found it on Facebook. It's a little short, and this dude is standing in a wetsuit. He's standing in a wetsuit, standing up to his neck right here in the water, and this gator comes up to him, like touches him right here in the neck. He goes, "Hi, how are you doing?" And it's a real gator because his mouth moves and everything, and you can see his body in under the water. And I'm like, "Nah." So then I sent that to John, a buddy of me and Carl's. He sends me a video, a YouTube one. And this dude's out it's down in Louisiana. There's like 3 or 4 of these gators coming up to him. They're triangulating up on him and stuff. And he's just playing with them. I'm like, in the water. No.
Yeah.
No.
Well, look, I keep telling John, I can make luggage.
It's just not a no, but no.
Hey, Dark Prepper, good to see you in chat, and Dusty, good to see you up on panel.
Who is this dark prepper guy all of a sudden coming out of nowhere?
Who is this Dark Prepper?
I'm called the King.
What's up, Bug Dude?
I scavenge at night.
Watch out for that Dark Prepper, dude. Yeah, he can be sketchy sometimes.
You're gonna have to get me a second account just so I can come into chats and nobody know who the hell I was, and I don't have to say hello to 100 people.
That's my prepper channel, man. I made a prepper channel.
I'm sold, man. I'm sold. I'm gonna find that prepper channel too, because I just now learned that you have enough gear to call yourself a prepper for real.
Oh man, I bought another shed to hold most of my gear.
What do you got for sleeping bags? What do you know about sleeping bags?
I don't know nothing about them, but I got quite a few of them. I got the Snug Pack Base Camp sleeping bag. I
I
got
don't like them.
these eco deals because I'm in Florida, man. So our winters don't
Yeah, I
last.
don't
very
like
long.
none of them. I mean, up here in Michigan, you got to have some real sleeping bags. But
Yeah, I've got an
anything
old
that-
military issued cold weather bag.
is it the extreme cold weather bag?
I'm not sure exactly what it is. They used to be my dad's, which used to be my
Okay, you got-
grandfather's, all the way back from way back when.
Okay, they started with the wool sleeping bags. They had a cotton liner. It's just like a wool army blanket, only it's the same shape as a mummy bag. And then they had the mountain bags, which are down filled. Then they have the extreme cold weather bag, which is another down bag that goes over the other mountain bag. Then they have the evacuation sleeping bags, which are these super thick, super heavy duty bags. But then there's the new cold weather bags, and then there's the new EWEX systems. But even this is something you won't learn it until you've used them for a month or so. All right. there's only one style of sleeping bag I'd ever rely on in cold weather, and that's down filled. Because once you get any of those other ones with the polyester or Gore-Tex lining or anything wet, you lost all your heat. You know,
Right.
the wool ones from World War II wick the moisture away from your body, and they were pretty good for that. But you need a couple of them. You need to layer them together. I've got all these bags, and I've been wanting to do some videos on these to show people the differences, because really the only bag there is worth owning in the real situation is the U.S. Army issue mountain bags. They're the ones with the down lining in them. They come with a lace-on cover that goes on the outside to protect them. I would highly recommend you keep the cover on them. But you know what a poncho liner is, guys?
Yeah.
And I found this out years ago just by accident. And you can take a poncho liner and dart it in 7 places, and trim the fabric off and throw a zipper in it. And it's the exact size as a military issue mummy bag, which makes it a super lightweight tropical sleeping bag for hot weather conditions like you guys are in. But also it can be another layer to your existing sleeping bags. Because I don't know how many of you have ever used a poncho liner on a full-time basis. I've got several of them. I love those things. They're in a normal condition. That's all you need is one poncho liner. The fact that you can zip it up, then all you need is a little piece of mosquito netting to throw over the face hole, and now you're bug-free too.
Yeah, I just pulled out my wool blanket I got for my truck. I've got a couple of these. They actually are got some type of spray on it, I guess, that keeps the water from soaking into it, but it is wool.
Well, there's only 2 natural things that wicks the moisture away from the body, and that's buckskin and wool. And you can get them wet and still retain the heat in them as it wicks the moisture dry away from your body. Gore-Tex claims to do that, but I've field tested enough Gore-Tex to know I don't want it.
This don't have a chemical smell to it, is it? It
I'm
almost
glad
smells
you got
like,
those now, man. Those even wool blankets, Army issue wool blankets, gone way up. You used to be able to get them for like $10 a piece. Now they're $50 a piece.
William, I hadn't seen anything on it, but I do know the Russians they are in control of Chernobyl and stuff. So, and there's some activity. There's actually U.S. military is preparing assembly areas, and it looked like it was over in Poland, is where it was showing for the evacuees from Ukraine.
Yeah, I was going to touch on that a little bit, William. I don't know. I haven't heard what you're talking about, but I did see a couple days ago something about Ukraine possibly attacked Russia possibly attacked a Ukrainian kindergarten, but I don't know if that's fact checked or not.
I seen the damage to the kindergarten. There didn't look like there was any casualties on that one. But then the day after that, they said they were busing children out of the Ukraine into Russia for their safety.
Okay.
I only heard that report one time and couldn't find any backup or any more mention of it.
Yeah, because they shushed it up.
Yeah, I've got a copy of that. It came out. It's in my files.
You saved that one?
Yeah, and the guy in the plane flying over that Fox is putting out, and the helicopter drops, where you see him real close up, dropping, coming down the rope. I've got that saved. I'm seeing a lot of the stuff I already got from a week before it started.
Yeah. Good. Cat without the hat just made a good point.
That's it. You
realize that illness hit the news airways literally the day after Trump was cleared of the first impeachment.
Yes, sir. Oh, yeah, there's activity going. Areas are
Lots
expanding.
of it. I've been watching it too. my opinion of several news sources has dropped yet again. Some of these guys on YouTube are not playing the stuff that I'm finding. They're sticking to monitored activities with nothing going on, and I wonder if that's not intentional.
Oh, that could be.
Well, I caught quite a few tanks, or I'm not sure what type of what they were, personnel
Armored
carriers,
personnel
armored vehicles, but they were obeying the traffic laws. Now, in a war time situation,
I noticed that.
I would,
and I
think
keep
they-
joking, you know, oh yeah, the Russians are attacking, but I ain't got time for that because I got to get to work. You notice everybody just walking around town, driving around like, oh,
like,
don't
here,
watch out
let's-
for the tank.
Here, let's stop at a red light. We got to obey the red lights.
Yeah, the tanks and the anti-personnel were actually following the traffic laws.
Yeah.
I've seen that.
Well, that's the thing that's trying to be getting me is like they keep showing footage of like the air raid sirens going off in Kiev, but like there's not mass panic, which I would definitely think if the air raid sirens are going off, the public would be in mass
They're
panic.
kind of desensitized. This stuff has been happening in their lives a long time. They're a bit desensitized to it.
Yeah, what everybody sees right now is like shocking and all, like, oh my, and it's like, no, this is what it's kind of like the Beirut days.
Well, I saw a thing like that with North Korea because apparently they're starting to do testing again, but nobody's talking about it, and everybody's like, oh, they realize that the shock value is gone.
Well, all that activity right there, I'll zoom in a little bit more. That's what all the activity that's happening around that Kaliv, or however you say that name. So what's happened in the last 4 to 5 hours is all those red dots you see over in the northwest corner, those there have started picking up.
You know, Dusty, you was talking about how you was seeing a lot of this stuff happening about a week before, just 2 days ago, you know what I'm saying, when they announced it officially. That's like 3 or 4 days ago. I was showing on Rescue's panel, it was inventor Lee Wilbarger. He had multiple screens up, and one of showed a video on one, and it didn't look quite right. But then there was air raids going off, and I'm like, but you didn't see hardly nothing happening,
right?
You know, so I'm like,
yeah, I got those sound effects too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Now, you'll notice, you would think the quality of that footage would be a hell of a lot better, even if it's recorded from a phone, from a public news organization, you know, the media. Because as soon as I actually went and said, instead of digging through my files to pull up the old footage I had to make a video, I just went into the OBS system and recorded it. Now, the quality of that sucked, but as soon as I converted it to AVI, it fixed the quality.
Really?
You know? So you think they would do the same shit? They would know how to do this more than I do.
Right.
Tricky part about all this is Ukraine has a bunch of Russian military equipment. And the Russians got a bunch of Russian military equipment. You got to decipher between the two is kind of tricky. You gotta realize first that the Ukrainians have older Russian tech, and then you see they've got letters on their vehicles painted on them so they don't shoot each other.
Yeah. Do you see the yellow that's on the vehicles? I finally identified the yellow. The yellow is actually part of their camouflage pattern. It's a bright ass, a bright ass yellow.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was on the barrel of their tanks, and I'm like, why? I wonder what's the significance of the yellow on their arms and on their guns and on their tank. Why would they have that on there to identify each other, like who's Russian, who's? And then I went and dug it around. The helicopter landed with the president of Ukraine, and it was a digital pattern, camouflage pattern, and it had the yellow stenciled in there as part of the pattern.
Pixel breaking camouflage. You know, that's one thing a lot of people don't even realize. Our camouflage is made for going to war in other places. Their camouflage is made for going to war here.
I don't know, man. I think it's more, if it's a digitized camouflage, wouldn't that be kind of for like digital equipment and digital media?
It is. It interrupts the pixelization of forward-looking infrared and night vision and other devices, it breaks up the ability to see it as a defined object. That's what it's for. But when you get it into the field, it stands out to the human eye, you know?
Right.
I wore this this guy, he wore that type of camouflage. And he said what I had heard was you can't it hurts your human vision too in binoculars. So I said, okay, well, we had a different colored lens, a yellow tinted lens, and anything unnatural, no matter what camouflage it was, it stood out hot pink.
Oh yeah. I've got a few different versions of that. The original, 90s Desert Storm version is like a sage green, checkered looking, almost looks like cook checkered clothing.
Well, it's the light spectrum. It's just whatever doesn't absorb into the material, and it actually reflects the spectrum of light.
And that's why the U.S. military's fabric is designed for that too. Right in the textile, that's developed into the fabric itself.
Did you see that picture, Dusty? How'd you like to walk out to your car to go to work, and that's what's in front of your car?
Now, that's the third one I've seen. They're not exploding?
No, it didn't. And there's another picture I saw. Let's see if I can. Yeah, this one here. It's the same one. And if you look over on the far right, you can see the hood of that car. And then that dude, but I got to say, dude, that's a ballsy dude to walk up like that.
Yeah.
It's like, well, you're about a gutsy little shit, ain't you?
Yeah, I wouldn't walk up to that thing, man. Take a picture.
Fine line between bravery and stupidity.
Yeah.
That's the guy. Hey, go take a picture. And you see the camera guy way the hell over there watching him.
There's some, let's see.
There's a lot of people now that'll do stupid shit just to try and get some content and views.
This was the tanks.
You never know. It could go off remotely, too.
So what do we do? Chase Christina off or what?
I think she went to go put her kid down for a nap.
Just say kids. Kids.
Kind of like
kid, go to sleep, take a nap for the past 30 minutes.
Kind of like the IEDs over there in Iraq and Afghanistan. They had some of those that was detonated remotely.
Yeah, but it's amazing that they're not actually going off. So if it's not going to be remotely done, then they're shooting duds at us, man. They're not as strong as they seem to be. They're posturing with fake shit. And that's what North Korea does.
Well, not many people talk about how they actually did the IEDs over there. Does anybody know how they started actually using the IEDs? Because in war movies, usually they just say that they bury it under a road, but that's not actually what they started doing. Does anybody know what that actually is?
They were putting them in cars.
Well, not only that, it's what they would do is they would put it in trash cans, because on trash day, everybody would have their trash cans out, so nobody would know or nobody would suspect anything from it. So there's even some people that have came back from Afghanistan that have PTSD, and they say the biggest thing that triggers it is on trash day. They see all the trash cans on the side of the road.
Most of the ones I've seen, they used their own dang ammo against us. They'd take one of our artillery shells or something and modify it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they would take 3 or 4 of those and line them up and then put an explosive on them.
Now there's a prep. You got those? Do you collect any technical or field manuals? You got any TM or FMs, Dusty?
I lost 2 buddies.
Like for radios, for ham?
No. I've got a pretty extensive library of improvised. It's got the 3 that you'd want to have in that subject would be
the band
first
one?
off, incendiaries, which teaches you how to make initiaries. And then you got improvised munitions, which tells you how to make the actual boom. And then you got booby traps and guerrilla warfare attacks. It'll teach you how to apply them.
I don't think they're banned anymore. I actually seen a copy on Amazon a while back. But no, I don't.
You can buy them legally. You
Yeah,
can
well,
buy them
there's
legally.
we've got a few. I think Dusty knows what I'm talking about. They've got a few that were in some trouble. Probably still would rather not talk
Well,
about that too much.
Yeah, I don't want to let
The
everybody know what I know.
the
I don't know shit, man. I'm a retard, dude. I don't know why y'all listen to me. I get on here just to have fun.
you talking about the Anarchist Cookbook?
No, we're talking about Medea's cookbook, buddy.
Oh,
James. Well, it's not
Medea.
just about that subject. You know, you got survival and rigging and mountaineering, and you've got all different kinds of publications out there. One of the most valuable ones I have is for vehicle recoveries. You know, it's some of those manuals have information in them that's better than gold. You know, they're definitely worth owning. But when you buy them at a surplus shop, those are a reprint, and they'll be missing certain data that's inside of them. If you can find the original military issued ones, they're a whole different category.
That's what I was thinking, William. Gonna need a deuce and a half.
We'll all join together and buy a 5-ton.
Yeah,
D
shit,
Dog's
it's the
got
fan. I'm
one.
just going up to the entrance and getting that one that we got from the Forestry Service.
Mr. President.
Devil Dog's got a deuce and a half. We're planning on meeting up this year somewhere. We're gonna do a video together.
We use those for high water vehicles down here.
Hey, did anybody notice my shirt today?
Yeah, I saw it.
What's it
I
say?
love weed, California.
Yes, it's at the bottom of Mount Shasta.
I'm gonna post my truck wood stove video in chat for you, Dusty.
Heck yeah. I've been all over this country, man. I bought a shirt one time. It says "I love Beaver," and then it says Utah.
Well, up here in Michigan, Big Beaver Road is exit 69 off 75.
You know,
I can't
I haven't
do it.
done really much ever drop. The only thing I dropped in Michigan was some type of styrofoam that was made for the protective liner around trampolines,
Okay.
Tractor Supply parts, gators and shit like that for Tractor Supply. And probably food, I think. That's about all I really did in Michigan.
See if you can get that video up. I just put in the regular chat. And that way you can find my channel and maybe sub to me. I don't want a deuce and a half. I like my 4-wheel drive. That 6-wheel drive, it's hard to work on. If that thing broke down on the road, you'd need help.
I'm already subbed to you, man.
Are you?
Yeah, I just never see anything come across my feed.
Well, there's YouTube for you.
Well, I have the Dark Prepper channel. I mean, nobody sees it.
Right.
It's too
Right.
dark.
I just
This
subbed
morning
it.
was the first time I'd ever seen you with that.
Well, I'd seen these videos and stuff, the other ones where it said Dark Prepper Studios or whatever, but I didn't know it was a separate channel. So Huckleberry put up the link a while ago, and I'm like, I wonder if it's his regular one. And nope. So I subbed.
Well,
He's
the
the
worst part
dark
about like what YouTube's doing is that they'll just you'll subscribe to somebody and then they'll take it away from you. Like there's been there's been people that I've subscribed to because I wanted to go check out their channel afterwards, and then they take your subscription away, and then I can't even find them again because I can't remember their channel names.
Well, like I said earlier, to be honest, I've actually lost control of that Dark Prepper channel for about 3 or 4 months now.
Really?
I haven't even had control over it. It wouldn't let me log in. And I just got control over it last night, trying to verify. And it finally verified when I gave them particular information,
Oh wow.
Mm.
personal information.
Yeah,
I
they
can
had to
see
make sure that
million
they had you
tires.
listed in the database just right.
Well, I'm actually
William
duplicating
chat
content
knows a few trucks.
because I actually got a third channel called Dark Days Preparedness. And it's days like, DAZE, the DAZE. But I was going to start doing Prepperty, my game show on that one, Dark Days Preparedness.
Kind of like a dazed and confused.
But I've lost access to it for right now until I can get it back.
Midwest, can you pull up a video on full screen?
I think so.
Pull up the last one I posted in chat. That's my mobile fort.
Well, it might be easy. Dusty, can you do that? Because then I can make you full screen on the stream.
Yeah, give me.
I think that'll be easier than me trying to do it.
I don't even know how to do all that stuff.
Yeah, give me a second to go back. I was watching this video. You made that stove?
No, that's a U.S. issue. It's an M1945 Yukon.
Oh, cool.
I installed it in the truck, but it's installed. I can use it in both of my tents. I've got a couple of different size, custom-made size tents that the wood stoves are compatible with as well. Got the wood stove jacks in them. Yeah, there's the one. That's the one. That's the inside of the back of my truck.
Here, Carl.
Yeah, that's him, officer.
Re-elect that mother.
You can see the skis and snowshoes a little bit, but all my gear mounts up on the walls,
Do you got your windshield decked out too?
You got the bug out wagon.
Oh yeah.
I guess that's what you'd call that.
Swing.
Hell yeah. Dusty's going to have a heart on all day now going, damn.
Come here,
Okay.
honey.
That's it. She's going to walk out there going, what the hell is that for? Just stay tuned.
Now the original video I first seen of it, Carl, was it was nighttime and you was lighting stoking it up.
That's the link I put in just before that.
You want me to do that one?
Go for it.
Let's see. I think that's this one here.
Oh, it says mobile fort. I was reading it as fart.
And then go in here. And let me start it again. So here's where we are.
Well, reason I made this video is because everybody was talking about heat sources before winter came, and that one's got sound. I talk through it. I just can't hear it playing.
Me love you long time.
That, I can heat that truck all night long on a few empty cardboard boxes. That's very efficient. Pour a bucket of pine cones in there, you're good for hours and hours. It'll burn more than wood. That thing you see on the pipes is not only a spark arrestor, but it disperses the heat, saves some of the heat from going up the pipe.
All right. And that whole system right there is military.
Yes, sir.
So you can't hear the audio right now?
No, I can't hear the audio playing.
Damn.
But it cooks stuff real good and can hang your clothes around it to dry it and such. It runs on, I've got a converter kit that it can run on fuel oil and gasoline or kerosene, but it'll also burn coal. Got 5 sources of heat in my truck right now. I took an extra large heater core out of a Blazer style Dodge and put it in there, and then I've got that pipe to the back, but I've got electric heat, I've got the truck heat, I've got that heat, I've got a personnel heater that runs off the gas tank, and then I've got a propane buddy heater.
Yeah, baby, I got some Viagra today.
Oh, we went dark. What do we got?
Well, I'm stepping outside. I was trying to show the smoke coming out of it. It was just dark. Couldn't get it to focus right.
Ah,
And I don't hear. I tried to explain the whole operation in the video.
damn Russians have landed at Carl's. He's on
All right.
blackout.
You know what a blackout drive light system is?
As far as the lighting,
Well, no, there's all right. Military vehicles, including this one, has a big switch. Actually, it's 3 switches that are on the dashboard, and it interrupts each system of the truck. I can have it at settings to where only the brake light to work, or I can go completely dark and I have a little light that's on the front of my grill. It's like a hooded flashlight that leaves just enough light for the driver to see the ground in front of them. It also has marker lights that allows for convoying that you can turn on or off. But what it does is it turns off every light system of the vehicle to where you can drive at night, hit the gas or the brake lights, and it won't. You can hit the brakes and no lights will come on. It kills the ability for your horn to work. The interior lights go from white to red. Do you know why the military uses red lights in vehicles?
what is
Can't see red light from a distance.
Nope.
What?
You can use red light and step out into the darkness and your eyes don't have to adjust to it. Like if you're in a lighted room and you step outside, you ever notice your eyes got to adjust? The red light keeps that from happening, so your eyes don't have to dilate and adjust. But it's basically the blackout drive light system allows you to shut off all your exterior and interior lighting so you can sneak around in the dark.
gangbanger cruising? So when you don't want to get spotted, when you hide on that back roads.
I've used it in my friends, you know. I've used that. They'd be following me, and I just kill everything and jump off the road, and they pass me right by. It worked.
Yeah, my cousin had a kill switch for his lights in high school, but he had converted a old Volkswagen, the Bug, into like a Baja Bug. You know, it had the kid on it
right on.
from J.C. Whitley.
Yeah. Have you ever seen the first one? The first VW was called a V2. It was a 4-wheel drive military issue VW Bug.
Only problem is, man, when we was in high school, we thought we were just shit. Okay, this thing looked like a Budweiser can, all right, because he never painted the wheel wells that was flared out for the Baja effect and shit. But it was red.
Yeah.
And he gunned it one day trying to pass this power company truck. The guy looked over at us, and he's got it to the floor, and he's like doing he's like, I'm giving it all it can. And the guy just looked over there, smiled, and kind of backed off and let us pass him. Top speed was like 80 miles an hour.
We do it around here because, well, just being honest, but when you hunt out a season and the game wardens come chasing you, that's how you shoot up these logging trails and kill all your shit. And then they lose sight of you. So, yeah.
And there's not a single piece of chrome on my rig.
Not that I used to ever do that or anything. But
I don't know what you're talking about.
I've heard about that happening before.
All I can tell you is the world gets much worse, and I don't give a dang about no hunting license.
Oh yeah, no, that's the minute there ain't enough meat in the grocery store shelf, then it's.
Well, I'm already seeing that stuff in my area. The dairy shelves and the meat shelves have been empty for a while now. I already told myself
seen a lot of it too.
I've got about 65 pounds of meat of deer meat in my freezer, and once I run out, I don't care what time of year it is, I will be getting more.
That's it.
Well, you do know that you. All right, but there's a reason that you hunt deer in Michigan in the winter. You know that, right?
Well, I mean, I understand that, but I'm not. It's I'm
you
willing
gotta
to
make sure you just cook it right, because in the warm weather they get worms, and
Right.
you can get worms.
Yeah, there's something about with rabbits. I can remember as a kid that something about months that end in R or something like that. There's some little deal. You got to
Yeah, if you're
watch the
gonna use
worms and
rabbit
rabbits.
in warm weather, you got to make dang sure you cook it real good.
Make sure the liver ain't spotted.
That too.
Which you do, Midwest, do you follow Ted Nugent? Oh, Uncle Ted?
No.
Oh, man.
I'm a
What?
top
You're a
fan.
Michigan? You're a Michigander and you don't follow Uncle Ted?
He's young, man. Give him a break. I'm one of the top fans on the page, though. I've been a Nugent fan since the early 70s. I've seen well over 20 of his concerts, went to all the
Oh,
Whiplash
yeah.
bashes. You
Oh,
know,
that dude's awesome. You ought to subscribe to him, Midwest. He does his little American Spirit campfire. And I don't know. Uncle Ted's just really cool to listen to. And
he's
dude,
the
He's
whack
all-
master. Terrible
he's
Ted
all
the
right.
Sped Nugent. Motor City Madman Whack Master.
you think he's like all, oh man, he's a rocker from back. It's like that dude has drank like 3 beers. Matter of fact, somebody asked him the other day, how many beers have you drank? He said, 3. I've had 3 beers. He doesn't do
He's been
drugs. He
saying that
doesn't
all
drink.
along,
He's just,
too, Rescue.
he's very smart, knows the Constitution, knows wildlife, knows land management. Very, very smart dude. He shuts a lot of people up whenever they go to thinking they're fixing to talk to some dopehead rock star or something. It's like, okay, well, I'm fixing to make you feel really embarrassed. And then, yeah, he proceeds to do his little tangent, the Nugent tangent.
Yeah,
And
my grandfather and my dad actually met him about 25 years ago and sat down and actually talked with him about all that stuff.
dude, he's
I've
rock
never
solid.
got to meet him in person. I've stood right next to him, but I have met Fred Bear several times.
Definitely worth following. Rock solid dude.
You know, there's something I noticed about his channel, though. If you go on there and say one comment, you're going to get all kinds of trolls. And he's got a Facebook page I've been a top fan on for years now. And if you get onto a chat on Facebook and make a comment or like on, you'll get all these fake friend requests and stuff just immediately. That he is followed by hundreds and hundreds of trolls.
Oh, yeah. And I love it too, dude, because he's so just natural. He just like looks at the shit and he goes, I don't know, I ain't touching anything. Every time I touch it, it just shuts all off. So it's
yeah, I can relate.
dude, and I love it too, because some nights he'll be sitting there and he's doing it, and all of a sudden he just reaches over and he grabs one of them and commences to rip in shit, and it's just, I don't know, good shit for me. I like it. So
It was the Amboy Duke stuff, his early stuff, that really gets to me. You know, his 70s rock was good too, and I liked some of his newer stuff, but it was in the late 60s and early 70s that he got my attention.
oh look, Ronnie. Oh, morning, Ronnie. And then yeah, Ronnie Braun says Ted Nugent signed my pistol case in Appleton, Wisconsin. He took a long time to ask me about me and talk to me. Yeah, he's a cool dude. I mean, he really is
Did
nothing
you
like
see
you
that
would
red
think.
hat in the truck rescue? Did you notice that red hat?
Oh yeah.
That's signed by him. That's one of that's some of his merch. That's a Ted
Oh, okay.
Nugent signature. I also have a hunting photo, a real 8x10 that he signed that a guy gave me when he found out I was such a fan.
Hell yeah.
I got a couple of his signatures.
Yeah,
And
right
I've
now
got my original 1977 Ted Nugent concert shirt still. It
There
still
you go.
fits.
Yeah, he's got 2 hats, Come and Take It, and I forgot what
Re-elect
the other
that
hat
motherfucker.
is.
Mine
he
says
signed
re-elect that motherfucker.
Oh yeah, the red one. Yeah. No, he's got these 2 beige ones. One's Come and Take It, and I forgot what the other, I don't know if it's We the People or something like that, but he signs those. He's got the Come and Take It flag that he signs and sells. He's a cool dude. I like him because, like I say, his shit's rock solid. He's down to earth. He's real. This is how it is. Whether you like the sound of it or not, that's not That's not on him.
Yeah, Ted's not for everybody.
Yeah. There you go.
That's his Signy. These went like hotcakes.
Oh yeah.
He couldn't keep up. I watched him sign tens of thousands of these.
I want one of his coins. He's got his coins out, but I might even just try to get one next month while the getting's good. Anything new?
Yeah, I don't know too much about him. I know that Stranglehold Son, that Free for All, and what's the other one?
Shit. Great White Buffalo.
Trying to remember. It'll come to me here in a second. The Cat Scratch Fever.
Oh yeah.
Besides
Those are the
that,
basics.
that's about as far as my knowledge goes.
Never before have I turned on you. You look too good to me. You beady eyes that can cut me in two, and it just can't set me free. Well, it's free for all, and Holly said you can bet your life. Stakes are high, and so am I. It's in the air tonight. Yeah. Takes me back to my youth.
Carl's gonna give me a copyright strike.
Well, here we go. Look out below. Yeah.
Apparently they got a photo of looks like a Russian commander's plan of attack on one of the hydro plants.
You see the Snake Island one yet?
Oh yeah. I gotta say, I don't know if that I don't know how to really take that, to be honest, because I don't. I mean, was there a point of like you're gonna that it was a warship? What do you think was going to happen?
I didn't see no dead bodies, so I don't know the outcome of it.
Well, no, they just reported that they were all killed, but yeah, they didn't show it.
No, they said that they gave them a chance to give up, and they said no. And
in a very glorified way.
Well, I was just mentioning this just earlier. You can't.
They say he's not doing too bad. Their army's giving him a fight. I mean, they did shoot down a helicopter and a jet.
Oh yeah,
I've seen that, and I've seen captured prisoners. I've seen all that, but I really think the first one was just a probe. I mean, since then, I've seen massive convoys of Russian trucks headed that way.
I think it's just like he said. I mean, it was never an invasion. It wasn't that's what our people, and that's what the world people want to make you think is this was some invasion.
Right.
Well, that's right. If the bad guys are in control of the Ukraine and telling the soldiers what to do, I can just see them trying to put up a resistance to make it look worse. I can see them using this.
Oh yeah. Well, and I still think this is a house cleaning, and who knows, he might actually be knowing he's going to know shit that we don't know. So there's no no way to know. He could be actually going with a certain intent of trying to get to a certain spot, and we'll never know that unless he gets there and then can disclose whatever's there. Because I just think that and the fact that they just NATO, dude, I can't. I mean, I don't. It's not a matter of picking sides, but I got to say, I wouldn't want NATO in my backyard.
Well, you know what'll happen if they come here, don't you?
Yep. And that's it's hard to read into that, but that's just watching that just out of curiosity more and less. Like I said, I still think it's because like here in Texas, we have elections for our governor and shit starting next week. Well, you're not really up on all the topics or any of the thing here because you're focused on all that. Well, that's kind of how we got into all this mess. We weren't really watching.
Well, it's all right. like Vietnam, for instance. I knew a lot of veterans that went through that, and they aren't with us anymore because of things like Agent Orange. But what they told me, even back in the day, is they weren't allowed to win. They were told to go here and do that. And then they'd tell their command, well, we can go up here and get them. And nope, you can't go there. You that's beyond the scope of the battle. You can't do that. But sir, we could win if we did that. Nope, you can't do that. They were restricted from winning that war. There were rules and borders they were given that they couldn't cross. Which, if you look at all the wars, it's our leaders that get them into this. A soldier follows his orders. If our leaders did evil things and brought us into it without even we, the people, knowing the truth, then neither we or those soldiers can be held accountable for their actions because it was the leaders that brought them into it.
Yeah.
They've been Shanghaiing us for a long time. Just like that border dispute. I've known a border guard right down there on the Mexican border for over 20 years. And it was 20 years ago he was telling me that they were catching them when they came in and they were told to let them go. All right, that's how long this has been going on. Somebody at the top has been allowing this to happen. I've literally seen telephones in the desert set up with water and food for people when they get over the border, on the trails, on the coyote trails. All right, that was government funded programs to help them come in over our borders. This is intentional. They've done it for 2 decades intentionally.
Well, there's a lot of shady stuff that happens at the border. I mean, even besides like all the crossings and stuff, since the illness, you've needed a negative test to come back in. And I just had a family friend that went down there for a vacation, and on the way back, him and his family all had to take tests to get back in. And apparently the workers there have a tip jar, and he found out that the tip goes a long way towards your test outcome, because apparently you have to get tested separate, so not everybody knew what was going on. But the people that tipped all got a negative test, and there was one of them that didn't, and they got a positive test. And then after they got a positive test, she threw $25 in the tip jar, and then all of a sudden all the workers were like, oh, no, that test must be wrong. Let's give you another test. And then that one came back negative.
Well, hey, a greased wheel rolls the best, you know.
That's it. What is that saying? The squeaky wheel gets the grease.
Mm-hmm. That's what they're doing. I don't doubt it at all. I know there's been a lot of stuff like that.
I just got a news feed from CNN saying the Russian Space Agency warns U.S. sanctions could destroy cooperations on the International Space Station.
I was just wondering about that this morning, if that was going to cause tensions.
It's all right. It's all that kind of stuff. That's designed to infuriate us and to create tensions. We know. I'm going to just say it, man. This administration is my enemy. Anybody that's the friend of my, or the enemy of my enemy, is my friend. All right. I trust Putin more than I trust Biden, and that's sad to say, but it's true.
I know, right? All the decades of growing up, it's like, oh no, the Russians, the Ruskies, and now all of a sudden it's like, well, I don't know, the Russians are actually pretty rock solid. It's our administration that's a bunch of senile, corrupt shit.
How about China? China says whatever happens, they're giving the United States 3 demands right now. And I said earlier in I think it was Natives Chat, what would it be for a plot twist here for China to invade Russia?
Well, they're already at each other's throats most of the time, if you know the history about that.
Well, they did just make a 30-year deal, though.
But
Yeah,
could you
but their
imagine them doing
history,
that and
look
then
at the
come in as the
history of it.
savior of the world?
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
We have an illegitimate president getting us into deep crap. This needs to, something needs to give. I won't
Apparently,
even recognize him as our president because he's not.
NATO leaders currently meeting virtually are expected to approve the deployment of some units of the NATO Response Force, the NRF. The first time these will have been used for collective defense. France is currently leading this force.
Well, I think all the NATO meetings is something that proves a lot about how bad our administration is, because NATO's been having meetings that Biden hasn't even been allowed to go into. And I feel like that says a lot considering the fact that they want to have meetings without the leader of the U.S.
Well, there's some people that say that Biden's not even allowed in the Pentagon. So what the heck is he doing in the first place? Doing anything?
Sure is a
He's
lot
a-
of stage shit that happens in that little alcove room instead of actually in the Oval Office and shit. So you kind of got to
That's
wonder.
real.
but the point of order to that
That's
is,
real right there,
Yes.
Dusty.
Yes,
It-
sir.
imagine if they were going to take one of our presidents out. What better patsy than one that's not going to be worth anything?
Right. Yeah, I'm surprised, honestly, that hasn't had anything happen yet. I didn't think he'd make it this long.
You're
I
busy
don't think
selling
he's
us
going to
out.
survive the year. I mean, I didn't think he was going to survive last year, but he did.
No.
It's just mind-boggling.
Or does
They
Obama
say
have his
trust the
hand stuck up his
plan.
butt and work in his mouth?
That's it.
They say
I mean,
They
have
tell
you,
us
have you guys all seen the interview where Obama said that that's what he wanted to do?
That's it.
Yep.
Yeah, he just wanted
Yep.
to have an earpiece and sit back. That way he didn't have to be in the limelight. He could just direct. And that's, oh, dude,
Some
all the
people
staff.
say
Look at all the
Obama's
staff members that he
controlling
put
Biden.
in. Those are all old ex-Obama staff. So
Right.
it's basically
Some
a
people say that's
reinvention
who's
of the Obama
controlling
staff.
this administration. Some people think, and they've got some pretty good points, that it's Obama that's controlling this administration.
That's
Yeah,
definitely
Barry,
a
they're
global
on to
lead.
us, man.
I mean, Hillary's got her little say and stuff too. But I
We're
think
talking about, man, Dusty took the White House. All right, I'm at POTUS.
I think they're hoping to collapse our economy, and then we can go over to the Chinese economy.
Well, gentlemen, I am going to jump off of here. Thanks for getting me all hot and bothered by all the equipment.
Oh, I didn't even start. Wait till I start doing some videos, then talk to me and see what you're impressed with.
Carl Camo goes wild. Midwest, thank you for having me, man. I appreciate letting me up here.
Yeah, man. Thanks for coming up.
All right, Rescue, Camo Carl, Monty.
Later, brother.
Y'all.
Later, brother.
Hey, before you leave, Dusty, I'm just going to warn these guys. You guys know you got to watch yourself around this guy. He'll do funny videos and stuff of you just using your likeness.
He's gone.
I know, but it's true. Have you ever seen those? He does that.
Oh yeah, hey man, he actually did a really cool one for Zach because he has Zach as
I've
a
seen that.
superheroes, and that was pretty badass.
I've seen that one, and I've seen Dangerouses, and
Ronnie, just so you know, yes, we were.
Yeah, we were. He just didn't like it, and he wanted to make all the other ones have to pony up their fair share, and he really wanted to try to get us out of that shit.
Yeah.
We don't need other people deciding our fate.
Which,
Yeah.
for the most part, I think I agree with that.
Yeah, because United States in NATO or whatever, we was providing over 3/4 of the money to them, and which is BS. I think it's actually over. It was over that, but that's why Trump was wanting the other countries to chip in their half, at least.
Right.
Dude, it's a typical businessman's response. Think about it. If you brought in a Fortune 500 CEO guy that's been running this company, he's got it up, it's so successful, and then you bring him over to yours and you say, hey, we wanted to get you in here. So he comes in, he's going to want all the books because he wants to see where does the dust settle. And then when he looks at that, he's going to commence to going, well, that's about a stupid decision. Well, that's a stupid decision. Well, that's kind of what happened. It was just kind of like, here's what, well, that's about stupid. Why are we paying all this and not getting any money? Why are we doing this? And So he changes it. Next thing you know, what happens? The very people that are profiting on all that shit get extremely pissed off.
Right.
It's really in your face to see. It's so obvious in your face. That's why I think most people just missed it. It's like nothing he's doing is actually bad, but yet it affects your pocketbook. So maybe that's why you're pissed off. Maybe that's why you're trying to impeach him. Maybe that's why you're paying for bullshit manifest to try to bogus charges and shit.
Yeah.
Maybe that's
I
why
gotta
you're willing
address
to
chat,
back up
guys.
a man-made virus.
I got to address chat. I'll tell you what, Dusty, you can do that. I won't be too upset, but I'll tell you, I only pick on the people I like. You just remember that.
That's it. Yeah, William got it. Trump told NATO that
Yeah.
we weren't paying because that's it. We were. It's like all the shit people got pissed off over the tariffs that he imposed. Well, it's
Everything
because
they did
they don't
before
get
and
it.
after
We
Trump.
were taking their shit
Everything.
in for free and letting them sell it over here, milking the American dollar for nothing. While everything we sent over there, oh no, you had to pay big bucks to be able to sell your shit over there because that's how they kept you from selling your shit over there.
That's why he cut off money on paying the WHO, the HOW, or the WHO, and the NIH or whatever. That's why he cut the money off on that, and everybody's like, "Oh no, we can't do that." Yeah, because we was the ones paying the vast majority of it. No other countries was.
Well, that's because the Clinton helped start up that whole World Trade Organization and the World Health Organization. That's all global cabal bullshit.
Everything at least 3 administrations before Trump did was designed to destroy us. They wanted to take America down so they could create a one world order. We're the only thing that stands in between. We're the last bastion of freedom. And everything they did before Trump and after is designed to hurt us. Prove me wrong.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody turned off their cameras.
Well, I wasn't going to be the only one sitting up there. I'm not the host. The host is the one that's supposed to take the brunt.
Everybody knows that Dusty jumped off.
Oh, I don't care if he clips me. It don't bother me part. I just feels weird that I sit here and stare at myself and everybody else is in the icons. And I'm like, well, okay, here, I'll just sit here and drink my coffee and the world can watch me.
Oh, Dusty has some
What
good
I've
sound
seen,
bites.
Dusty's hilarious. He only spews positive stuff. I've never seen Dusty do anything negative. He cracks me up too.
Yeah, he's got some good sound bites off of me.
He's got a shit-eating grin. You got to see that. That's all I see. Every time I see him grin, it's like, oh, what's he up to? Did we lose Midwest altogether? What's he doing? Getting coffee or something?
No, sorry about that. I've got like mild ADHD, so every so often I just got to get up and walk around. Otherwise, I'll go crazy just sitting here.
Oh, you've got squirrel disorder. Look, squirrel.
Squirrel. I think I'm fixing to hop off though to go make me some chicken noodles. It's about hungry
right,
time.
nice.
It's time for some chicken noodle soup.
That good.
That's it. It's it better be good. It's the only damn thing I've been eating for over a year now. It's like shit. I just gave up on taste.
I remember you saying that. That's got to get old after a while, though.
It does. And then, I was actually fed up with it. And then I think now I'm just freaking numb. I just don't give a shit. It's just part of the routine. Okay, get the full source in. Okay, move on. And then it's really funny when sometimes, like when I'm doing my panel and I get everybody up in their band, next thing you know, I'm having a cooking show damn near going on. And I'm thinking, yeah, those were the days, buddy. Oh, that was barbecue. That would taste good. Yeah. Etouffee, some boudin. Yeah. Oh, well, I'm going to go make a bowl of chicken noodle soup.
when Nikki, in between prepping, come up there and you guys was talking about making gumbo, and then the next day she starts making the roux and
Oh yeah. Then I'm sitting here talking to her like I am with you, Midwest, only she's standing at her counter sitting there making the roux and stuff. And it's
Yeah,
like,
I
yeah,
saw
like
it
this
was
is
in
it.
that stream a little bit.
I'm a glutton for punishment. Hell yeah. Come on.
That's
just-
rough, man. Is there any hope for you at all? You're going to be able to eat something else someday or not?
I don't know, Carl. To be honest, I mean, I don't whine or gripe about it too much because it's kind of my own. I
No,
refuse
but
to
it
go to
makes
the
me wanna
hospital
come
because
up
I
with
don't
something
trust
to
them.
help you.
So,
It makes me want to try to help you to hear that kind of stuff, man. I mean, there's got to be something.
I probably could, a doctor, if I could find one that I could trust, but I just don't trust it, man. I told my wife it had a big impact on me when I watched fully educated people with patience, knowing that you went through hours. I went through hundreds of hours of all kinds of respirator, my secondary breathing apparatus training, all that. And then all of a sudden, doctors are going, no, this is safe. And it's kind of like, I don't know, man.
So what is the ailment or the symptom that you suffer from the most?
Well, the main thing that's causing, I think, most of my damage is I have 5 discs in my lumbar that have 3 of them have collapsed altogether. And then 2 to 3 others were collapsing. That was actually a year and a half, 2 years ago with the last MRI. And I think it's when it compresses, it's pinching on my spinal cord. And so it's affecting like the stuff that comes over my colon and stuff.
Oh, I thought you were having lung issues. So it's a digestive tract issue.
It's spinal. Well, there's spinal stenosis.
Yeah, I have spinal cord and it's affecting my colon, which affects my eating, but it's like my whole left side is actually slowly cutting off. It's like I'm not going to get up here on the World Wide Web to show you my sexy chest, but
no, I'm trying.
Like if I did this and I did my arms up like this, you can look at half of my body on the left side. It's like I'm losing my muscle mass. I'm losing my body tissue. I get my left leg gets ice cold. So I'm getting flow problem. It's just.
All right. I'm posting this in here because I want you to try it. And I think it could help you. You ever heard of Mullen?
Mullen?
Oh, son of a gun, man. It's too big of a link. It won't let me put it in there. Mullen, the Mullen plant. All right. It's very common in the U.S. It looks like little velvet leaves that come in a clump. All right.
Kind of like a velvet lettuce.
No, this is real thick leaves, and it's got a furry velvet exterior on them, and they come out of one clump, almost like a dandelion grows in a clump. And then at the right time of year, it has a stalk that comes out of the center that bears little seeds. And it's been known for hundreds of years that it cures the ailments for breathing and digestive tracts. And this plant, this is the real deal. And I think that if you were to try a Mullen tea, I think that would benefit you a lot. I'm just trying. Let me see if I can find a different link that'll fit in there.
I got MullenTea.com. Mullen is a plant that has natural mucilage, which helps soothe the respiratory system from mouth to chest. It's a natural way to cleanse your respiratory tract and recharge the lungs.
That's the stuff right there. But, I guess apparently you can buy this stuff. I've always picked it out of the fields. Indians used to stuff their moccasins and their clothing with this stuff for insulation, but it also is an antiseptic. You can just bruise the leaves and wipe it on mosquito bites and poison ivy, and it cures it quick. I mean, quicker than anything you can get in the store. But this tea that they make, it's really, not only do I know about it, but I hear all kinds of people that rave about it that have used it for digestive and lung problems. So I really think this might be worth your time to try this, Rescue.
Yeah. I'll see if I can find somebody around me that naturally. I ain't a big fan of buying this stuff from stores. It's like So
It's
I don't know.
everywhere.
Would you do hydroponic grow this shit within 3 weeks? So does it actually have the nutrients that the real stuff that's gathering
Right,
it
right.
from the
That's why
soil?
I'd be skeptical myself. But this is such a common plant. It grows everywhere. Once you see it, you're going to know it from your childhood. I mean, it's going to be something you remember when you realize what it is.
Uh, yeah, William's right. His spinal cord controls most of my body because that's what it is. That's why it's so weird. If it's like my toes are all like ice cubes, they stay that way, and it's the
Your
flow thing.
circulation. You're having
Yeah.
circulation issues. Have
And
you ever tried the gravity machine?
Actually, my son made fun of me because he tried to tell me I ought to get one of those like 3 or 4 years ago, and I was kind of a big guy, and I'm like, man, I'm fixing to lay on that thing, but it might have
Inversion
actually
table?
helped a little bit.
Well, a person loses up to an inch of their height in a day, and you regain it as you sleep because your spine decompresses. And those gravity machines can take the pressure off of nerves and all kinds of things to where, yeah, that's worth a try. Even if you were to take a board and set it at an inclined angle with like a mattress or an exercise pad on it, that could benefit you just by releasing the pressure on your spine.
I lay down for a little bit, but I can only lay down for limited time, and then because then I can feel it. Oh man, it's like a world war going on in my whole innards when I do that, and that's why I think it's tied into my spinal cord at first. Because they went in and got rid of like 9 polyps, but never could tell me how they got there. And then I finally was like, well, okay, something has to come. Well, then the guy told me, well, red meat. And I'm like, whatever, dude, I have ate red meat my whole life. What happened right now? Well, that's why it's my disc collapsing. And then now I can feel it back there. And there's actually a spot I can put my knuckle and I can push, and it's up against my spine, and I kind of push it over a little bit. And then I can literally feel sensation that comes back inside my stomach, if that makes any sense. But
I don't know exactly what all grows in Texas, but there's 130 edible and medicinal plants around me alone. If I were you, I'd be doing some heavy duty research into what plants are around you, and there's a lot of cures that you don't need a doctor for. You'll be better off doing this yourself,
I'm not a pill person anyway. A doctor. The only time I've ever been to a doctor is when I had to, and something severe.
I haven't been to a doctor since 1984 to get a needle out of the arch of my foot. Before that, it was the 70s. I've never had any prescriptions, any medications. I'm older than you, and I'm doing okay, but I rely a lot on natural things, all right? I will get my aspirin from a willow tree. I will use staghorn sumac and mullein and all kinds of those things. I don't trust the doctors either. I don't trust the medical association at all. I keep telling people that when it's more about profit than empathy, there's something wrong.
Well, see, and I just grew up that way. It wasn't even like an anti-doctor thing. I laugh and joke about it, but it's for real. I mean, I just grew up where you cut yourself or whatever, you throw some duct tape on the bad boy and you just keep going on about your business. And it only hurts the more you think about it, was kind of the way I always grew up. But I've only been to the doctor when I had to go, which I have beaten up my body. So I don't knock it. I mean, hell, it's taken a good toll. I've probably done more to my body than 3/4 of the people living go through.
I didn't trust the doctor or the hospitals before all this garbage started. Now I really don't trust them.
Hell, I met my wife 30-something years ago because of a back thing. I had to go to therapy every day, and she was the therapist.
They're telling you to get that feel good. I've got about 5 or 6 different versions. Not that one that the cat without the hat's talking about, but I've got a bunch of those, and that's good stuff to have. Tom Brown, for instance, he writes a bunch of field guides and stuff. He's a good author, and his books are real informative.
I've got some that are like home remedies, practical problem solvers, but it's the older books, so I actually trust them.
Some of those are going to have some of the same information as the modern books, because that information hasn't changed.
Okay, cat without a hat. Have a good day.
Hey man, thanks for stopping by and hanging out for a bit. Yeah, I definitely like the natural shit more. I don't. I try to stay as much away from pills as I can, as I don't think for the most
No
part the
need
pills
to.
actually help you.
No, most of the it's actually ironic because most of the medicines that they prescribe you, they got the actual idea and the ingredient from natural plants, and then they synthesize it and then they pack it in with a bunch of carrier shit, and next thing you know, you've got a freaking horse pill that you got to take. When really, the medicine that's beneficial is just a few grams of the weight of that whole pill, and it actually comes from a natural source, but because they don't want to farm that, they just synthesize it and then call this, the medicine. And I'm not a, plus I don't believe in one pill. Everybody's different. I
Right.
mean, so the way they do that, oh, well, what's your weight, your height, you're a male, this is what's wrong here, 500 milligrams of this. Really? Do you even know what I eat? Do I exercise? What kind of activity do I do? They don't care.
No.
Because the pharmaceutical just said, here, the more you can pump out of this, we'll give you a break.
Right, and it's all money. I mean, you always hear a patient cured is a patient lost.
Yeah. No, they don't want you fixed because then you won't come back. It's kind of like the cars nowadays. They don't want
Right.
it to last 20, 30 years. Then you won't come buy another one.
Right.
That's why I personally think that there's a 6-letter word that we already know how to fix, but you'll never hear about it because there's billions of dollars behind that 6-letter word. And it's cancer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's been several cures for that and everything, and they keep stifling it.
It's just there's just so much money invested in there. They don't.
Yep.
And I mean, just think about, look at Pfizer, J&J, Moderna, all those places. They're based off of pills. So if all of a sudden somebody come up with all this natural, you're going to get squashed. Don't cut into their
You're still
billions.
there, Cat, without the hat. Thanks for the sub.
And that's it, William. I'm a $6 million man. That's what I need. I have a titanium plate. Half my spine and my cervical has already been replaced.
Is there anything worth scrapping?
A big titanium plate and got about 6 good screws.
Yeah.
My kids thought that was the coolest looking shit whenever I got it done, because the x-ray, and it literally looks like drywall screws is what they look like. And I remember my son was somewhat still small, and he asked him, "Do you got a drill like my daddy?" And did his little finger up with the trigger, talking about my cordless drill. He said, "Well, I drilled the holes with a drill, but I put the screws in by hand."
You know who Doc Ock is, right?
Doc Mack here.
No, Doc Ock. Dr. Octavius. Dr. Octopus.
Oh, yeah.
Spider-Man villain.
Yeah.
Where he's got that spine thing attached to him.
That's it. That's what I need. Titanium spine.
I think the Moss Moonin idea is going to be a little cheaper for you, though. Probably less pain involved, too. That stuff's really worth giving it a try, man. I know, well, a lot of people think the natural stuff doesn't have any potency or whatever to it, but a lot of times it works better than what you can buy over a counter.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm all for the natural. And the reason why I go real leery on what I eat, too, is because I told my wife what bothers me if I eat anything real thick is I want to make sure I can pass it. It'll go through my colon, because it does. I don't know what all it's affecting, but I know on my left side I have like a damn soccer ball that pokes out my side, and it's from my colon. So something, but like I said, I was all ready to go to the doctor, and hell, I don't give a shit. Cut me open. I don't care. Do what you got to do. I just need to go back to work and functioning. So That's
stuff grows all over Texas.
my
I just
neck.
found-
I was the same way. You know, just do what you got to do. Well, now all of a sudden this shit come out, and then I'm watching people bald faced lie that are doctors, and it's like, yeah, okay, I don't really want to go to you right now.
That plant grows all around you, man. I just Googled it. I thought so. I figured it would grow there because it usually grows in the drier areas here. So I figured it might be common down there. You can get mullein. It's in the field near you somewhere.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. I got 2 artesian lakes around me and a river. So
I'm gonna put my search query into the chat. See if I can. No, that's too big too. These suckers, man. They need to make chat take more than 200 words or 200 letters.
that's a hell of a
Just look up
URL.
mullein plant. Just look, because that's what it was. Don't look up just mullein. Add the word plant to it. Mullein plant. Go to images, and you'll see. You'll recognize the plant. I'm sure you will.
It looked like I did a while ago when I just pulled up that and the company was showing it.
I went mullein plant Texas, and it's telling me that grows all over Texas. Then I went to images, and it shows some pretty good, healthy sized ones. You guys might even get bigger plants than we get up here, because it is a hot weather plant. Thrives in the summer here.
Yeah, it looks like that's pretty much usually down the side of the road all over.
Yeah, try not to get anything from ditches or the side of the road though, because that gets contaminated from all kinds of things.
Oh yeah,
Stay
all the
stay
oil
away
and the
from the road
diesel,
and
the
ditch.
soot, and the rubber, all that shit will soak into there.
Anti-buzz, yeah, yep.
No, I'm gonna have to take my hover round on a run down the road.
It's an easy recipe to make. Try it, do it for a week, and then get back with me and tell me how you feeling. Because I'll bet you it'll happen within a week. You'll feel better.
Oh, that
Get you
would
to
be
be able
nice.
to get you to be able to eat something other than chicken soup, man.
Yeah, that shit gets old. I even stopped caring after a while. It was like, whatever, I just eat it. And I stopped. I used to could eat Cheerios, but I don't eat the Cheerios anymore because the grain.
Well, you reminded me of a very, I was young and I lived on them dang ramen noodles for, I don't know, almost a year straight. And that's pretty much hell, man. I can't imagine doing just chicken noodle soup.
Yeah. It's not fun, but then dude, my whole life has just been topsy-turvy. I went from separated parents to the army to the penitentiary
Oh, man, let's not get
to
on this
drugs.
sad stuff because then I got
Oh,
to
no.
tell you my story too. I don't want to do that. Not now.
No, it's not the
Save
sad
that
stuff.
for
It's just
another
you
day.
learn how to go through shit. I don't know. I
I'm
don't
just trying
sweat
to
this.
help you get something other than chicken soup.
I know. I'll have to try
And I
that. I'll see if
swear,
I can find that handy.
I would not give you this info if I didn't believe in it either. So,
Hell, it might even be in the wooded spot that's behind me.
yeah, it's got the big stalk grows out of it, and when it's flowering, but it's a little clump of flower or leaves that's real
Oh,
furry,
yeah.
and it's not.
As soon as I saw that stalk with the yellow, and it's like, oh yeah, I've seen those.
Mm-hmm. That's the thing I was getting ready to say. I don't know. You might have some plants down there that you could mistake it for, but up here, there's nothing that even is close to it. It's unmistakable.
I'll give it a shot, Carl. Hell, I'll sip on it. I don't care. And if it helps,
It's
then
not
that'll be
even
a good
bad.
thing.
It's not even something that tastes bad. So,
Well, now if it doesn't taste bad, then how do we know it's really good for you? Because everything that tastes bad seems to be what's good for you. You ever notice
that's
that?
because that's what they told you. They programmed you with that.
I'm a cyborg.
You need to get one of those chips from Elon. That
No,
way
thank you.
Skynet can control you.
No. That's when it's just time to go on and move on to greener pastures.
Well, I'm taking some of them with me if I'm gonna do that route.
I ain't the Terminator. I won't be back, but you'll know I
You
was
know, my
here.
favorite movie quote of all time comes from that Terminator franchise. It's when they're in the desert, and this is like, it's got to be the second one, I guess, because Arnold's a good guy in this one. And he tells the boy, he says, it's in your nature to destroy yourselves. You know, and that's just stuck with me ever since the 80s when I heard that. It's pretty much what it seems like sometimes, isn't it?
Oh yeah, dude. We're a snowball headed out of control. We just
Why
keep
the hell are
destroying
we
shit.
making? Why do we make biological weapons? Why do we even make nukes? I mean, that
Same reason we go in there and level out all of this landscaping to put concrete and build a new building when right across the road was one that's already been vacant for 10 years
oh yeah, I hate that.
because we have no respect for where we are or what's around us. We're entitled.
It's in our nature to destroy ourselves.
Yep, I believe it. All righty, gentlemen. Well, I'm off for chicken noodle soup. And I think I'm going to plan I'll have to plan a day. That's kind of a planned event because I have to get my hover round out.
That alone could be a beneficial video to a lot of people. I should start doing some of that.
Well, and actually, William, you know what I was taking was limporic acid. I think I take that because it helps with vertebrae rebuilding.
Mm.
And it actually got me back up because I don't know, I lose track of time. About a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago, I was actually pretty much in the bed and I was actually really freaking out because I thought, holy crap, am I reaching that point? Because I ain't one of those for home health kind of thing. Like, I don't need nobody coming and wiping my butt. I'll go either do it or I got issues. And I did some reading and some research, and I think it's limporic acid is what it's called. I'd have to look at that bottle. I just take them once a day. But it helped over about 3 months, and all of a sudden, it's like it wasn't pinching as hard on the spinal cord. And then I can get up and I can do, I don't know, I guess it's probably about a 50-foot, 60-foot walk I can do okay. And then I have to pause for the cause.
That's rough.
It was
All
a
right,
humbling.
man, you have a good day.
Yes, sir.
Try to have
Midwest.
a better day.
Yeah, man, I really appreciate you coming on, man.
You got it, man. I'm glad you had a good little turnout, and you've been rocking pretty good, brother. I'll try to support you as much as I can. Oh, I was gonna say, would you take yourself out?
I'm not sure what happened there.
But all right, brother. Y'all be safe. Have a good day. I'll
You too,
holler
man.
at y'all later.
Rescue.
Letter rescue.
Later, bud.
See ya.
I'm gonna make sure everybody I know here in Michigan knows about you too.
Thank you, man.
There's a few of us around here. You know Jeff Riddle?
No.
He's local here. I've met him in person. And then you got Nikki Bassey and
Yeah, I know
Yeah.
Nikki, and then well, you and Nikki are actually pretty close over there. You're both in the same
Yeah.
kind of area.
and
Prepping
we've been to
101.
the same concerts. We're sure that we've been in the same building together because we went to the same concerts and everything when we were younger.
Okay.
There's
Prepping
another guy
101.
named Tactical Tonto, and there's another one named Big Chat. Do you know Big Chat?
No.
I haven't seen Tactical in a while.
No, he messages me once in a while, but he hasn't been doing any YouTube.
Yeah, I don't know too many. The only bigger channels I know, well, the only ones I know are bigger channels. Always Survive and then Modern Refugee.
I'll check both of those out. I didn't know about them.
Yeah,
Are they local?
Always Survive is actually my father-in-law, so that doesn't exactly count. But yeah, Modern Refugee, he's trying to survive the list in prepper. He's one of these people that believes all in the old ways, how everybody used to do it back in the day.
I'm
Prepping
into
10
that myself.
Prepping 101's from Michigan.
Okay.
Yeah. He's got a pretty good follow. His shows, even after the strikes and everything, he still gets about 500 people on a stream, don't you think, Monty?
Yeah.
That's the first one that I ever went up on a panel, was 101.
Thank you, Huckleberry, for putting that link up. Yeah, there
How
definitely
long you
seems to
been
be a
going
lot
to
more
the
people
panels?
down south than up here.
Oh yeah, definitely. How long you been going up on panels, Monty?
Shoot. I would say 6 months, but I think it's been a little bit longer now.
All right on. I think I started just before you. I think I got about maybe 10 months doing it.
Yeah.
I enjoy it. Learn a lot from people on here. In fact, with this fake news world, sometimes I can get a whole update on an entire day of news just by going into a chat.
Right. Man, I don't even watch the news anymore. I learn from people that I trust over on here.
Well, I don't want to make it sound like I watch the mainstream news because I haven't watched them in years. All right. I mean, in fact, on November 20th of 2020, it was the last time I watched Fox News when they flipped for them too. But I've always watched InfoWars and X22 and We Know, and you get a lot more of those type of news shows, or I don't know what you want to call them. They're not mainstream media, but you
Right.
get a lot more of those on sites like BitChute or Rumble because they won't allow them on YouTube. They won't allow them on Facebook. I'm on MeWe and I'm already signed up for that new Truth Social, but
Right.
it got so flooded nobody can get on there, and you got to have an iPhone to do it for now.
Yeah, I mean it topped the chart immediately.
Yep. Did you hear
Yeah.
that Kid Rock song when that came out, We the People?
Yeah.
I watched that come out at noon, and by midnight the same day, it had over 1 million views already. In 12 hours' time, over 1 million views. By the next day, it had 3 million views. People ate that up.
Huckleberry just said alternative media has better info. That's definitely true. Yeah, the closest thing I get to mainstream media is Sky News, if you've ever heard of them.
I've heard of them too. I visit them sometimes. I can get the whole day's news just by getting into a chat. I got maybe 95 wrenches or so. So I get on here, and a lot of people know me, and a lot of people tell me stuff, and I share what I've learned, and they share and I'll catch up in a couple hours. I'll know everything that's happened.
Right.
Surprised 1A ain't jumping up here. Where you at, 1A?
Yeah, he must be busy. He's not been in chat for a minute now. I can't see what
Every
time he
time
sent
I've
that
ever seen him,
message.
he
But
jumps up in chat. I mean, he jumps up on a panel. Every time I ever see him in a chat. I get to go shovel the driveway again.
Okay, man. Yeah, I don't know how much longer I'll be doing this. I was planning on staying on until like in between 2 and 3, but found out my I'm driving brother will be home soon. All right, man. Well, hopefully I'm still going by the time you get on.
Well, I'm in no hurry to go nowhere. I wasn't going to drop out unless you did. I'm just looking a little forward in my future.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure what time I'll hop off here. Hopefully stay on a little bit longer.
Check
need a
to
different-
see if there's anything new.
I need a different chair to do these streams, and I just got this metal chair, and it's hurting my back to sit for this long.
I've got it set up where I got me a nice lazy boy. I can sit here for hours.
Speaking of stretching out my back, that's what I'm going to be doing.
Look like
I'm gonna-
Jester just posted something.
Yeah,
Thanks for having me up. Thanks for having me up on Panel Midwest.
Yeah, man. Thanks for coming
See you
on.
later, Monty.
Yep. Later, brother.
Have a good day.
I see Monty all over the place. He's subbed to at least half the channels I'm subbed to.
Right. Yeah, he's always on whatever live stream I'm on. It seems like he's always there. Might go live in about 30 minutes or so when you get done. Yeah, man. If you before I end the stream, if you want to hop on real quick and talk for a minute, and then once I go down, I'll tell everybody to go over and check out your live. We'll do that.
Well, it just made me formulate a new plan. I should go get my driveway done. That way I can hop up and visit him.
Okay.
Probably only take me about a half hour or so. I don't want to leave you up high and dry neither.
I mean, that's
Never
how it
seen-
normally goes with all these. If one goes, they all go eventually. But you're all good, man. I've had a pretty good stream so far, 3.5 hours, and it's been the best stream I've ever had. So
It'll grow, man. It'll grow. I've been watching people do this a while. It starts off where you can't get past maybe 10 viewers during a live stream, and next thing you know, you'll have 30. Next thing you know, you'll have 50. It'll double up on you pretty quick.
right.
Dusty's already did a video of us all.
I was waiting for mine to show up. If I'm in it, I'm not sure. I'm assuming I am, considering what Huckleberry said. Oh, Dusty's back in chat too.
Oh, he's too much.
Yeah, I'm in it. All right. I've been waiting for it. Seems like everybody gets it eventually.
Apparently, my ghillie suit kept him from being able to home in on my face or something, because you guys are the only ones moving. You just got a still of me.
Okay.
Yeah. Too funny. I knew that was coming eventually, by the way.
Oh yeah. It's like a requirement to be part of Dusty's crew.
Says, yep. And
I'm not sure what happened to Christina. Maybe if she hops on one of his, I'll have to talk to her for a second. It's twice now she said she was going to do it on panel.
Dusty, one day we ought to come up with our gas masks on. All of us, the whole panel have our gas masks. So you're down by the Indiana state line, right?
Oh, not really. I'm in Allegan County.
Oh,
If
all
you know where
right.
that is.
Yeah, you're probably a 2-hour drive from me. I'm in Goodrich, over below Flint.
Okay. Yeah, I think. Well, I'm over on the east side of Allegan, so you're probably more like an hour and 20 minutes or so, or hour and 30.
Oh, right on. Hey, summer's coming. You never know. Everybody talks about getting together, and I really think that'd be a hoot. Rent a camp spot at a state park or something for
Oh yeah.
a week or something.
Just yesterday we were kind of talking about trying to do a meet and greet. We tried doing one maybe about 2 months ago now at a gun show that was happening close to us, but nobody really showed up. It'd definitely be cool to have more people around. It's easy for people like Dusty because like he goes over and meets a bunch of people that are down in Florida with him.
Yeah, I know a lot of preppers, or well, I don't know if you want to label everybody as a prepper, but I know a lot of these YouTubers down there in Florida.
Yeah.
And I got a bunch of friends that live down there. And someday maybe I'll get back down there because I've had the invite to go stay down there for a while. I might end up doing that sometime.
Okay. I don't know. For the foreseeable future, I don't want to travel. I don't.
Yeah, exactly.
With all the
Exactly.
uncertainty, I don't want to be too far away.
Joe would be proud of y'all and your gas mask. Yeah, I've had my gas mask. I've had my mop suit for over 20 years now, so it's nothing that I did because of current events.
Right. Yeah, I've got a couple of them, but they need to be cleaned. They were sitting out in the shed on a shelf, and they've been neglected.
Oh, right on. You gotta get new filters too. The filters don't last forever.
Yeah.
And a lot of times people buy a gas mask at a surplus store and they're getting a training filter. They're not even getting a real protective filter with their mask.
Right.
And there's
No,
the
we
old
had to
style
get
mask.
some a while because I live on a farm, and so we wanted to get some to make sure we weren't breathing in chemicals that we shouldn't be, for like
You're talking about a
pesticides.
respirator or a gas mask that covers your whole face.
Well, we've got both. We've got both setups there, but the respirators that we have aren't really for like gas. It's more for dust.
Yep. I got an updated. It's a newer issue M40 gas mask, U.S. issue. It's kind of like a riot. It's a combination between a riot gas mask and a nuclear, chemical, and biological warfare mask.
Okay.
Hey, Monty, I saw that. He's a funny guy.
Somebody with more technical skills than I do should make a parody video for Dusty.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do all that stuff, man.
No, me neither. I used to be pretty handy with the Photoshop for imaging, but I don't know very much about the video.
Right.
I was the kid that always ran the projector in school when I was young, but how old are you, man? How many decades you got?
I'm 18.
I thought you were pretty young. I've only got you by, let's see, 45 or so years.
Yeah, it's as far as I know, I'm the youngest person in this community.
Well, we need young people with your mindset, Doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of them that even pay attention.
No, I don't know anybody that's like-minded in my age group.
Yeah.
But
Hope that changes too.
it doesn't help that we're up in Michigan here, so all the schools are worse indoctrination centers than most.
Yeah, it's horrible. It's they teach you completely different things than they taught us.
Right.
Nobody calls me a kid anymore, William. What are you, 90? I see William around a lot too. And Huckleberry, I see all over the place.
Midwest Whitehead here. Yeah, man, I try. I don't know. It's not easy. I don't really even have any friends just because of all this stuff that's going on, my beliefs. Nobody agrees with me and nobody wants to have conversations either. I don't like people who don't like to talk. Because everybody that's in my age group seems like they don't want to actually have discussions. If you don't agree with them, they just want to cut you out. I'm not about that. I want to talk to people even if they don't agree with me.
Well, that's awful American of you.
Man, I want to understand, man. If you don't agree with me, I want to understand your point of view. I want to hear your reasoning, and even if you tell me your reasoning, and I still don't agree with you, I still want to agree to disagree. We don't have to hate each other.
That's right. That's right. You know, that's the way it used to be too, you know.
Right.
I'm blown away. William's past 70. I want to hang out with him, so I'm not the old guy at the party no more. William, you got to follow me around everywhere I go now on. Got to be there, man. So I'm not the oldest one anymore.
Huckleberry said he turned 49 today. Happy birthday, man.
I knew he was younger than me. I could tell just by the way he chats. And Muir cracks me up too. I call him Emir, but I know it means I'm your. Every time I read his name, I think of Say When. Happy birthday. Hot dang.
Yeah, you're welcome, man. Yeah, that's why I like doing these live streams, man. I like to talk to people. I like hearing people's points of view. I like getting different sides of the spectrum. I don't like just hearing. Well, I mean, most people that hop on here have the same opinions as me, but I don't like hearing just one side of the story. I like hearing all sides and then making my opinion off all the information.
Most talking I do is on these streams, so I know where you're coming from. Thank you for your service, William. Had a lot of friends that were there.
You know, my grandpa was a Nam.
My father died in 1969. He was in World War II. He was on the USS Kitkin Bay. Saw a lot of action in the South Pacific. Also, he was a pilot for a landing craft.
Okay.
Got a lot of pictures of it.
I can't remember what my grandfather's job was. He died when I was only 1 year old, so I never really got to talk to him.
Ooh, I can relate with that too, because the only grandparent that was alive when I was born, he died when I was 7.
Okay.
I didn't have no grandma, and I only had one grandpa. Didn't have him long.
Right. Yeah, I've got 2 grandmas and then 1 grandpa, but I only ever see my dad's side of the family, which is just my grandma over there. My mom's family lives down in Arkansas, so that's like maybe once a year I get to see them.
Yeah, I can relate with that too. I don't have any living family left.
Okay.
That's all right, man. You know, this will do you good. I've thanked people because I feel like I'm part of something in this community now. You know,
Right.
you're as a much of a loner as I am, as it sounds. I think you'll fit into the community, and I think you'll enjoy it. You know, it's good for you.
Yeah. It's definitely nice having people to just openly talk to, because even in my family, I don't share the same view as most of them do. And again, it's just people that if you don't
You
share their
really
belief,
can't
they want
talk
to cut
about.
you out.
You really can't talk to people about this stuff on you know, in a regular way. I mean, because there's
Right.
not many people that are even tuned in. All right, I've got close friends that if I told one of them yesterday about the Ukraine, they didn't even know that Russia went into the Ukraine. They were totally oblivious of it. You
Yeah.
know, some
The
people just
media
don't
doesn't
want to
cover
know.
half of the stuff that's actually going on.
They don't know, and some of them don't want to know. It's
Right.
just, you know, so it's, if you can get together with like-minded people like this and share your thoughts, it's almost like getting it off your chest sometimes, you know.
Yeah. Like you say, so there's a lot of people that don't even want to know. They've got a mindset like if they don't see it, it can't hurt them.
Yep, yep. You're pretty smart for being so young, boy. Where'd you get that from?
I honestly, I have no idea because literally none of my family shares the beliefs I do. I can tell you where I started all of this from, though. It's when all the gun control started being brought like more in the headlights for the mainstream, and when politicians started attacking gun control. That's when I got into all this stuff because I am a huge supporter of the Second Amendment, and anybody who is opposing that is my enemy. But it all just spiraled from there.
So, in other words, your own common sense has brought you to this place. Congratulations on having independent thinking. It's pretty rare.
You just still
Absolutely.
got to be careful. Not everyone in this community is for the community. Yeah, man. But it seems like most people are. This is definitely one of the better communities out there.
Oh yeah, I mean, people think there's drama in this community. Go to any other community on YouTube.
Right.
You'll blow your mind how just low and stupid people are, how they
Right.
treat each other, and they're so judging. And
And
yeah,
generally speaking, everybody that's part of this community here just tries to lift everyone up.
yeah, we just want to, get along. I mean, shit. But look at all the depressing things that we see every day on the news, and and then we're able to vent with each other and come together and talk about it. I mean, that's the whole point. It makes people feel better about the situation.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean you shouldn't prepare. You shouldn't prepare. Doesn't mean you should get lazy. It's just everybody feels better when you get like-minded people together to talk it out. It's just
Right.
I'm quite aware of those other sites' drama, and I see it. Just because I don't show myself in those places doesn't mean I'm not there. And it'll drive me away. I don't need any of the negativity. I'm far past that. This type of thing, this is good. The minute that it gets to be a shit show, they won't see me no more.
Right.
see mine, Doug. You see my channel, though, Carl. It becomes a shit show sometimes, but it's not drama. It's just
No,
sometimes
I know
people get
what
a
you're
little
doing.
carried away.
See, I give you credit for being able to put up with it because what you're doing is you're allowing their voice to be heard.
Yeah,
You understand what free speech really means. It means that you can have your own opinion and you shouldn't be attacked for it.
absolutely.
If you don't agree with somebody, you agree to disagree. I understand your thinking, and it's rare too. You know, that's why I'm sub to you. That's why I've come on your panel. That's why I talk to you whenever I see it because I respect that of you.
I appreciate that, Carl. I really do. I you're one of the OGs in this community. You're around. I see you around everywhere. You always got something to add to the conversation. You're never taken away from it. So I respect you as well, man. I mean, When you talk, you bring up a lot of things that I may be familiar with, but I'm not, I couldn't put it into action. Let's just put it that way. So I listen because I learn, and that's the one thing that I've had to learn to do once I started getting on panel is sometimes just shut up, because sometimes I'll get on a rant and somebody will try to say something and I'll just talk over them and I don't mean to, and it took me a while to get used to 5 or 6 people all talking at one time, because it's not normal. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I do. Over. When you get 5, 6, 8 people on a panel, it's hard not to interrupt somebody. I think it really is a good idea to, when everybody's done, when the panel's that big, say over. That way, the next person knows he can speak up.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't even like getting on panel. Like if I see that there's that many people on a panel, I usually don't even try and mess with it.
Yeah, because if you get in late and you're on the tail end of the panel, everybody else is already right in the middle of a conversation. So
Right.
you kind of like, if you do jump in, people look like it looks like you're interrupting. But then if you don't jump in and you wait till they're done with their conversation, everyone's like, "Well, are you going to say something?"
Right.
And you're like, well, "I'm trying to be respectful."
I've seen a couple people learn how to not interrupt. I mean, there's one gal, I won't mention her name, but she wasn't doing it to be mean or aggressive or anything. It was just that it was accidentally happening so much, and then once you do it, she can keep talking. And people said things to her enough to where she gracefully learned that instead of taking it as an offense. That's the trouble, is you try to tell people something and they take offense to that. And if somebody has an open mind, they won't. I
Right.
believe you two right there are a good example of that, because somebody could come into your chat and I think they could say some of the rudest things, and you're not going to take it to heart. You're going to move past that moment and go on with it.
Yeah, I see all the time somebody say something rude in chat, and I just act like it doesn't exist, because it takes away from the topic, takes away from the positivity, and now everybody's stuck on what some random troll just said. You know what I mean? There's just no.
Well,
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the whole
sidetracks
it's
point.
not
the
worth
whole
it either.
thing.
It's not worth it to have some random person that you don't even know ruin your day or ruin your moment.
Right?
That's it. First off, I have to value your opinion for it to offend me.
Right.
Absolutely.
The problem with the ignoring, it works, all right. But if you've got a whole lot of people in chat, especially the mods, somebody comes in and says something stupid, they don't know in a collective mind to leave it alone. Because if you did leave them alone, like somebody comes in and says something smart ass, and they'll say something like, "Hey, is nobody paying attention to me?" And the next thing you know, 3 or 4 more comments later, they're moving on because nobody's paying attention to them. But in these chats, it's nearly impossible to totally ignore that. Somebody's always gonna, "Oh yeah, well take that." There's
Right.
always going to be one of those.
I try not to
I
get
like
back
the
and
ones
forth
that
with
come in to say Trump sucks. They're baiting you.
Yeah.
That's why they're there. That's why their first comment is, "Oh yeah, Trump's the devil," or something, and that's
Yeah.
a bait. They just are trying to open up an argument and sabotage your stream. That's exactly what they do.
Yeah. I'm
That's
ignoring
it
them,
all.
and if they keep pushing, they're gonna get removed. Because
Yeah,
I won't. The other problem is when you have like mods that are always in your streams and that they want to stick up for you, is that then they'll start getting into the fight with them. I don't want
and
to have
they'll
that either.
recognize. Look, there's some trolls that have so many handles. All right, I know one that is.
Yeah.
I knew he had 16 alone, but I've heard that he's got as many as 24 different aliases. So if you kick him out of a chat, he'll come right back as somebody else and act like somebody else. There's guys that do this. It seems professionally. I mean, that's a lot to put into trolling. So I
Right.
think they're somehow getting compensated for that.
Either that or they're mentally ill. I mean, one of the
Multiple personality disorder. I have mentioned that a few times.
because I mean, what person is going to spend all day being somebody else like that. That's
Right.
weird.
I wish they were on our side. I mean, I wish we had more people like that on our side that were that articulate with this stuff, you know?
Yeah, to help out for positivity,
Right.
you know.
Yeah, use your
That's why I
powers for
started.
positive.
Well, that's why I started OG Possum account, was because I seen so many, negative trolls, and I was like, well, let's make it an account that'll make people laugh or smile. They know I'm trolling, but it's in a positive way, and
Right.
that's the whole reason why I started it. And now, it works.
I'm a little guilty of that. And then you
Happens,
got,
bro.
people that that you're always jabbing at each other when you see them in chat. Somebody else will think you're serious or something.
This happened to me multiple times. They don't know that we have a relationship, and then they're
Yeah.
getting on me like, "How dare you talk to them like that?" I'm like, "Whoa, whoa, we're cool with each other," and they're like, "You still shouldn't say that." I'm like, "You just don't understand. You don't understand."
Yep. That happens. I know hundreds of people on here now. I've known them for a long time now. It's I don't know. I enjoy it. It's totally taken me away. YouTube has taken me away from every other online habit I had.
Right.
I don't hardly do Facebook anymore. I haven't touched my MeWe in weeks. Well, to hook up with one person, I did. I've got a bunch of different platforms because you never know which one's going down.
Right.
I don't think YouTube will ever go down. It'll just be like how Facebook, it's just going to get rebranded and sold as a different company.
Well, I'm not happy
YouTube's
with
too
it. If
big.
somebody comes out with a better one, I'm gone after all this bull crap they've done to us.
Right?
I mean,
It ain't
right
worth
now,
it.
Rumble is actually a pretty good platform. There's just no, they don't have a big community yet. And then some of the ways they're doing it is definitely not as user friendly as YouTube.
Yeah,
We'll
I'm
see.
on Rumble. I'm on there too. I'm Camo Carl there too. And what's cool about Rumble is some of the people I follow, they'll do a YouTube video and say, "Hey, 10 minutes, I'm going on doing a Rumble live." So we'll
Right.
go on there, and then you can speak your mind freely. I've fully tested that theory.
Right.
Used all the words you can't use here, and you never get hammered for it.
Right. Well, I think I'm going to end it here in a couple minutes. 1A, do you want to put your channel link in the chat so people can go check you out if you go live?
Absolutely, I appreciate that. I'm gonna go ahead and jump off so I can go ahead and get the live running, and
All
I'll
right, man.
I'm gonna go
post it in the
shovel
link.
my driveway, and then I'll come up and see if you're up.
All right, brother, I'll be there. You're always welcome.
Thanks for having me there, Midwest. Is
Yeah, I
that
hope
what
you
you
have a
want to
good
be
day.
called, man? You got
What was
a
that?
shorter nickname or something?
Midwest works the best for me, really.
Right on, man. All right.
All right,
I'll
man.
see you
I
both
appreciate
soon.
you. Thanks for hopping on.
Hey, no problem, man. Enjoy it. Later.
Later. I'm going to wait just a minute here, guys, so that 1A can post his link. Or unless one of the other mods wants to do it real quick, and then I'll hop off. Hey, you too, Moonchild. See you, William. Hey, there you go. There's the link for 1A's stream. Everybody go check him out. Hope you guys have the good rest of your day. And thank you all for hanging out. See you, 1A. I hope you have a good stream.